again.
Happy New Year! We're late because of Anna's.
Super late. It's all my fault. That's probably gonna be the theme of the night.
It's close to midnight.
Correct.
Something evil's lurking. Anyway, and we're copyright struck. Anyway,
Happy New Year!
You barely started.
yeah, 2 seconds in, already copyright strike. Anyway, whoever owns those rights, we're not really trying to. Anyway,
Whoever owns those
it's been about 3 weeks since we last played, right? I believe we took a little bit of a detour with Kill Team, which I'm very excited to get back to at some point. But when we last left our plucky heroes, they were preparing to go to Athos. Their idea essentially was to acquire weapons that can be used against their foes, specifically the Firstborn, the kind of lieutenant quartet that Dragoff is currently using against them, and is somehow tied to him in like somewhat phylactery-lich ways, and allows him to be defeated. But he's also obviously agents that work for him, so it's kind of a double whammy there if you could take them out. They've already fought all but one of them so far, and they were doing some research, I believe, last time. There was some potion making with Rolim, which went surprisingly well. There was a brief kind of check of Rolim's mastery of or knowledge of transmutation, which he has failed yet again. And a little bit of sassiness, I believe, had him turned into a turtle for a little bit. So there's that. But he definitely needs to study up a little bit more on the schools. Ravaya was given a book of monsters, which basically allowed her to kind of scout out the natural flora and fauna, if you will, of Athos before they go. And that's just kind of loosely known knowledge. And as from like a player perspective, as I told you, like some of those stats might be off, right? These are based on observations. It's not like a Van Richten's guide to the desert. It's definitely like, I survived and this is what I saw kind of shit. So it's not, also it's slightly like, from like a reading perspective, not consistent, I guess. You could tell there's multiple authors built into it, but it gives you a general enough idea of what to possibly expect there. But you were pretty much nose into it. I believe Irene was somewhat infatuated with the disguise kit that she got, which was a replacement for her own, but seems to have obviously Fey ties, despite not getting her original back, despite Rome's promise to do so. But she was looking into that. And I believe Katasu was just kind of hanging out last I checked, right? Just kicking it, more or less. I don't remember anything specific there. But yeah, the plan, just as a general overview for the party, they want to go to Athos, get the weapons, get out pretty much as soon as possible. There is a meeting this night for the Druids, which is going to be going down. Is it this night or the next night? I think it's this night because it's this day. There is a time discrepancy, but you are supposed to meet the Druids in the.
I was freaking muted. I thought it was the next morning, or was it night? Hold on.
Because it went.
I feel like it was Wednesday.
Well,
today's Wednesday.
Is, Irene. I'm gonna go ahead and level her up to what level are we? 17, 18?
Yeah. Oh, I'm playing as Valen. Good point. We're both fucking up. Thank you. Who's already warned me, and I just ignored her. There we go.
Hold on.
Motherfucking Irene.
Yep. So, what the hell was I going to say? All right. Oh, no, you're right. It is Wednesday. It was Tuesday into Wednesday night. True. So, Thursday night is when you're meeting the Druids.
Okay.
In the Ardell Forests, where you guys are going to hang out and talk about some possible weapons of mass destruction level solutions for the City of Warlocks.
I mean, we were also talking about, like possible cures for the defiling because they had been toiling with it for some time.
Correct. There are 3 different major ideas going about, but there's also research on the side into how to counter that kind of magic.
Yes.
But you are meeting the many circles that night. And the following night after that is the ball, where you were kind of recruiting faction leaders and things to go there. So far, there's quite an interesting crowd showing up. You have 2 different queens who might not like each other showing up, which is going to be a little spicy. House Caliban.
Just a little spicy.
Just a little spicy. House Caliban will be there. A couple other House Soren as well. There's going to be a few guest stars, and obviously you still have enough time to do that. In between there was a scheduled fight.
Oh yes, correct.
In Saul's Meat Shop, which is run by Abaddon the Ample.
Yep.
We gotta pay some sort of like entry fee or some bullshit.
There's an entry fee that needs to be paid. Really more like a deposit given Revia's last.
Listen, I don't know why they don't trust me. Everything's fine. I don't know why they're being like this.
Apparently, it's hard to get good masons in time of war. So
Apparently.
something supply chains, something war.
Something.
Hold on, with the Druid Circle thing, you said there were 3 things we were considering? The counter for defiling magic, WMD to launch in a city of warlocks, so it was the 3rd?
Let me get my notes 1 second, just so I have.
Let me get my notes.
What?
Who saw that coming?
No.
Nobody. Saw that coming? Okay, I'm impressed.
No.
Okay, so the circle you're meeting with is the Everlife Circle.
Right.
You met with Porcino Morel, the Myconid representative of the Spore Druid Conclave, who is they are working on a fungal infection to destabilize the undead and necromancy in general. So they were going to do kind of like an aerial deployment of these spores and either hijack or like deteriorate or basically like jack in using spores essentially and just kind of destabilize their undead.
WMD option or just
No, the WMD option comes from the Circle of the Moon, which is going to attempt to sink the city by flooding it with lunar tides. And basically attempt to like weaken his position. Which, if you know the terrain, is going to be a little difficult because it is an elevated city. So it's going to be like a tidal wave hitting it, and would obviously damage a lot of things around it. But you haven't gotten the details on how they're going to do that. The last one was the Blight Druids, who have researched something in regards to God Blight, which is basically nature's response to gods that have gotten out of hand, essentially, and can control and or destroy or consume divine essence. Was their initial thing in plan. There's different stages to it and things that like each has their own goal. They can't just immediately deploy it. So it's one of those like, here's our plan, but we need resources and levels of application to make these things work.
Do we activate it by calling Magrin a bitch?
The God Bomb. No, that would be awesome. Just a random bunch of pissed off evokers who made a bomb. That'd be great. I think that's it.
A very angry priest to deliver it. May or may not be named to rights.
Yeah.
We also from like way before our plan to fuck up the city of warlocks. We're gonna go talk to them because they had a potential cure for, or not cure, but maybe a way of like slowing down defiling magic and whatever. Because Revia helped with that plant way back when.
With your druid friend.
Yeah. Magdi.
Exactly. Magdi was assisting there. She's also going to be at that meeting, so you can discuss that further. But that is the information on the druids. Was there anything else you guys had questions on while I have my notebook open?
I don't know.
Can I use plane shift in Atlas?
No, we've discussed this. You know what? You could try. You can certainly give it a try. It'd be very interesting to see what happens. As you were teleported to the Hollow.
Hallowed be thy name. Just meow.
Did you hear him? He was like way off over there. He just like walked away and meow.
It was adorable because it was so faint and it faded off so quickly.
Yep.
Up to.
I don't know. He was laying on Dubs for like 2 hours. I don't know. Well, it felt like longer for you because you had to like hold it. You sacrificed an arm for his comfort. So that was,
as one often does.
Yeah, it wasn't ideal, but it worked out. No, I think that's it for questions. I know part of the thing, like, of us kind of settling down at the moment was also to see if there were things we wanted to like reattune to or shuffle our kind of magic items around. And I know for Revia, if they're having a little bit of downtime now, she's gonna swap in her Mind Blade.
Yep.
And I think the good old Vorpal Sword, because she's going back to the old school, because Lava Lash is probably not going to have any strength there because there's no ties to her dad. Also not her dad over there.
Roll me in check.
All right, fine. She's going to keep Lava Lash, all right? You don't need to make me roll. You got to embarrass me when we've just started right now. Oh, look at that.
Revia, specifically and very deliberately that the sword's power is tied to your blood. And not in the
my blood's not going to be there, All right, no, we're good.
Okay. Yep. We gotta talk about how you're alive.
Boy.
Oh yeah.
Hey, are we necroing Revia already?
If her blood stays behind, can I catch it in my little skull?
Oh no.
Yep. Yeah, I think you have room in there, so yes, you could.
Oh no. Now we have necroflandy.
It's hemolith, whatever the fuck.
Hemoflandy?
It's emo with an H.
Oh my god.
No. Okay.
Oh boy.
Okay, so I'm swapping that out. Oh, I forgot to clear this out. I threw my whole ass necklace of fireballs at that fucking gooey bitch, so I don't have any more of those. Let me get rid of this.
Didn't we get stuff too?
Yep.
Boots of Elvenkind, water skin, cloak for the fire resist.
Yep.
And ring of mind shielding.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. I was gonna switch out the ring that no longer works because it got busted up by Tabitha.
I meant to. Oh, sorry. Good. You meant to swap out the ring because it got busted up by Tabitha. Yep.
Yeah, and switch that for one of the mind shielding rings.
Sounds good. That is perfectly doable. I did want to make mention that the Elvenkind boots also double as Desert Strider boots. So basically, sand and arid terrain don't count as difficult terrain for the wielder or the wearer.
Also, all of us got boots, right? Or was it just one pair?
Everybody got boots. You all had your own goodie bags.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Okay.
Can I pull the stuff from the compendium, or is it special?
Can you? Oh yeah, no. Other than the boots, they're stock.
Other than the sandy stuff, you're stock. They're just you're good.
Yeah, just know that if you're wearing the boots, sand isn't difficult terrain.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like a Legolas thing. You kind
Do
of
those require tuning as well?
No, those you don't require attunement.
Oh hell yeah!
Dude, I'm gonna wear boots. How many do we wear? Everybody got some? All right, I'm gonna wear.
Everybody got boots.
Everybody in the club getting tipsy.
Everybody in the club getting tips.
Dun 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 dun.
I love the energy tonight. It's great.
I know. Why
so
are we
good.
like extra rowdy on Fridays?
I don't know. It's just
what it is
raging against
Friday.
because Friday.
about it.
Letting go of the
Raging in the name of
Jesus Christ.
Before.
You're letting go of the pressures of the week.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
tension's gotta come off.
I can't see my character sheet.
Where the hell? I know I wrote this shit down. Where did I fucking find it? Hold on, pardon me. I'm looking through my shit. I'm just reattuning to some stuffs, which is basically just the Mind Blade now, because I'm gonna leave, or I'll leave the pins and needles. Mind Blade, let's go.
We're gonna restart roll 20.
Goes down. Lava Lash is there. Okay.
Boots Falcon, water skin. Oh yeah, cloak of fire resist. Yeah, he's gonna swap out his cloak of ain't gonna work it. Oh, that's why, because you think you're in fucking Humble. I didn't load Humblewood, you bitch.
Yeah, you bitch.
Whoa. There's a lot, Flandy. You alright?
No. Yes.
Okay.
Maybe.
You guys were
I
getting
don't know.
special polymorph potions from Scribbler as
Some
well.
scribbles, yeah. I mean, wasn't he working on it or something? So
He still is. But
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like,
Can we call them scribble morph portions?
Yeah, scribble morph portions. Yeah, exactly. Let me just double check what I had written down.
Scribble morph.
Let him check his notes.
What the hell? Were you listening to Red Alert today? Like, what's up?
I don't know. Plenty tight.
All right. I love it. Let's go. All right. So you guys, for the next hour or so, are going to be basically turning the study into like a ready room.
Yeah, pretty much.
For this trip. So make your changes, any equipment, spell, anything like that. Just let me know if there's any significant things I need to be aware of. But I trust this is.
Otherwise, I'm pretty much staying the same. I'm still going to keep my Klexi wristband. I'm going to keep my 2 blades. And then the other thing I'm attuned to is what? Because none is nice and we have 4 items.
Yeah.
Euphemy's actually going to take a moment and approach, I guess, D'Artagnan and be like, hey, is there a place that I can safely let a spell go loose? You know, that can be contained.
Oh, yeah. What kind of spell are we talking?
I don't remember what I had stored in this damn robe. But it's a level 4, that's all I know.
Are you talking about in the robes themselves?
It's a long story.
Okay. Outside is probably the best place if you just kind of shoot it in the air away from people. I could take it to the balcony.
Oh, my chest piece.
But you gotta.
We'll do that. Sure.
You gotta promise me you know how to aim though, because I can't be having guards fall out of the sky dead.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that. I like your guards too. Although, if by some reason some weird accident happens and the guard does fall out of the sky, I can bring them back because, you know.
Is that going to work?
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Please don't bank on that option.
Yeah.
I'm not.
I think you're still a turtle.
No, he turned back.
Snap.
Okay. We'll say he's not a turtle for now, but yeah. Follow me, and just kind of gives like a nod to Tithian and his brother that he'll be back, but he'll leave with Euphemy. He takes you the normal way up the stairs towards kind of like the secondary balcony, which is pretty wide. Like it's like 30 feet wide, probably 15 feet deep, and you could see kind of the farmland that they have before the wall of Waterdeep, and like just the forest in the background. And you get like a good view of this whole area. It's quite nice. But with that said, you have all the room in the world to just fire off a thing, and it's an open sky. I'm gonna say you don't have to let me. You have to roll. It's not. You'd have to try to hit somebody, kind of situation. So
yeah, she was gonna scan the horizon and be like, "All right,
yeah,
yours doesn't explode, hit anybody."
Yeah,
diagonally upwards. Make sure there's no birds flying directly in front of me as I unleash this thing. And yeah, as soon as she's sure like the sky is clear and then nobody would get caught in if there's an AoE blast, because again, I have no idea what spell this is. I just know it's level 4. It's been so long.
Well, it absorbs it as energy, so you're going to release that negative energy out.
Oh.
You don't store the spell itself. You release the energy in the form of like damage.
Yeah, the fan.
Oh, okay. All right, yeah. Then she'll just let it go.
Okay.
And just because she's silly, do it with a flourish. This is just kind of making Dracula noises.
That dark, like almost necrotic energy just kind of flies out from the what's it called, the Black Cabal robes that you wear. D'Artagnan's just kind of shaking his head the whole time. You know what? Those robes, they don't bother you?
We've dealt with them for so long at this point that I'm kind of used to them. Not to mention that they've saved us many, many times. I mean, we fought an Illithilich
Oh, I understand why you were using them, but it feels cold, but like on the inside, I'm not a fan. I assume you're done?
Yeah, no, I just need to get that out of there. Because we're about to fight, and I have no idea what bizarre magic will be hit with next, so I just want to be able to make sure that these robes can take whatever it is.
Understood. All right, well, I can walk you down, or you can make your way down. I trust you. I need to I need to collect my bet from my brother, you understand? So
No, it's absolutely fine.
All right.
Round down. Thank you.
Oh, of course. Thank you. And he'll kind of guide you back down. Not that you need it. It's like literally down 2 sets of stairs. It's not that big of a deal.
Just going to point out that he is a gentleman and a scholar.
The latter, absolutely. The former, only because I have to. Let's go.
What would you rather be?
Hmm.
Rapscallion? Darting around the rooftops, causing all sorts of mischief?
I love traveling. I'd love to be a traveler. I'm honestly very envious of your trips, your adventures. I understand they're fraught with danger and all kinds of horrors, but I don't get to get out much. So, yeah.
Have I ever spoken to you about Desna? You considered indulging that traveler spirit through the dream world?
I can't. I have to limit my exposure, unfortunately, but it's okay. And he kind of, as he's talking, pulls out a. Actually, give me a religion check. See if you recognize the symbol.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and give you a religion check. I'm pretty sure it's ass.
The DC isn't that high.
Let's go. High
not-
checks this night.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll my 1.
I'm here for you.
You did 3 times better than you thought you were gonna do, girl.
So good, girl.
No.
I'll tell you.
I meant that I have 1 in the whole check. And
The
I'm gonna roll
DC
that.
in my head was 8. Because it's a pretty major god.
Oh,
You should know enough.
But
Also, I
I'm
realized,
around here,
even though I have the +2 from the Dreamer Blessing, it didn't apply, so I would have gotten a 19. It would have been like the highest in check she's ever rolled. Anyway,
Yeah.
carry on.
for sure.
Yeah, it
Wow.
doesn't. You can't apply mods to base stats for some reason.
Yeah. So.
Oh, yes, because it wasn't. Yes, correct.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
He just looks at you for a moment. You don't, Mistra, goddess of magic.
It's just kind of like
You're not from here. I understand. It's okay.
the name sounds very familiar.
It's been a rough.
This. Have you?
She likes portals.
I've
Carry
heard
on.
the name. But like you said, I'm not from around here.
Yeah, and it's been a rough few years for her. So there's that.
We could do an exchange, perhaps. Tell you about that now. You tell me about Mistra. Although Mistra is a bit more relevant considering I'm on, here, and Dragov seems to be after her magic. So
After her domain, as I understand it.
right, her portfolio. I believe that's what you all call it here.
I believe that's what the ecclesiarchs call it, yeah. Domain is suffice for me. There's a lot going on. But yeah, should this all blow over and my free time is not spent trying to save my family, my city, my new friends, I would be more than happy to spend some time reading up on your goddess.
Sounds great.
Making priceless scrolls that your warlock friend has a unusual need for.
She's gonna look up to the side and just think about everything he's done with those scrolls, and then just be like, "Yeah." Somber.
It's all right.
He's a handful.
You all mean well. It's fine. And you've done so much. There's not a regret here. It's just a funny observation.
What scrolls is he armed with this time? Did you give him any new ones?
He's all but taken most of my teleportation scrolls, if I'm not mistaken.
He's gonna find a way to make that weird.
Yeah, Anyway, yeah. Well, one thing I will ask, if you do get the chance, if you could find any like psionic artifacts or any of like their mind magic, any kind of books or anything like that, I'd be very interested. We don't have much of that here. Also, I mean, any magic, if you can grab a magic item of some kind, I'd love to see how they do it without like having proper weave here to channel that energy. I mean, if you could just kidnap like a maester or something, that'd be great. We'd treat him well. He'd probably have more water here than he's ever seen in his life. So that works too.
There is that. I believe that's a very compelling
Just
argument.
don't tell my brother you kidnapped him, because then that'd be a problem.
If we bring him here, he'll find out, won't he?
He will.
He's kind of a spy master, so...
I don't know why I got a rain on this particular parade. That was a pretty good... Anyway. I would say you guys are walking and talking, so at this point, you're getting close to the door. Think about it.
I'm into it.
Awesome. Oh, one last thing. Any books on their language, I would love to have.
I think that goes for all of us.
Because outside of spells, we don't know it. And history, anything like that, that's not cursed by Dragoth, obviously.
Actually, speaking of... Oh, never mind. Can't magic there. Although, if we do come back, are there any quick spells we can cast? Assuming we bring them back to this realm to kind of, I guess, decipher them immediately? Or...
You talking about scrolls?
No. Tomes, books we may find over there in their language.
There's no reason why you couldn't bring them back.
Oh, we absolutely plan to. Just if we can't get to you immediately.
Oh, I mean, you could drop them off, have them shipped here, whatever you prefer.
All right.
Obviously, teleporting into the manor is a bit of an issue, as I'm sure you know. But traditional means of delivery.
You're fine there. I don't. Right?
Ah,
He's just trying to play it off.
you know, the words are tied to the wizard of the house,
Yeah, I heard.
which is me. So I'm made aware of any and all breaches. Or
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
So you must have caught that one time in Rolim. Oh, that was a tricky one.
indeed.
I'm sure you don't mind me
Yeah, I don't.
rewriting history a little bit on that one.
It's-
Everybody can believe he did it. I mean, it's Rolim. Of course he did.
yeah, it'd be harder to educate the staff on that particular mix-up, as you do look rather different. You're like 3 feet shy of Mr. Rolim.
I
Or-
mean,
Is it Master Rolim, since he's a student now?
well, enlarge reduces a thing. It's just like literally shapeshifts to look like him. Any number of reasons why he could wind up this short.
Yep. Try to keep them out of trouble if you can.
Okay, you and I both know that is absolutely impossible.
That's why I said try. There wasn't, an effort to be made. It's going to be a mess, but if you try, you can make it less of a mess.
Arguable, but sure, I will give it a go.
Awesome. All right.
Shapeshifts back into self.
Let's go check up on them, shall we?
Absolutely.
Those two return back to the room. Was there anything else you guys were trying to do?
Nope. There's a moment where Katasu and Revire were looking through their blades and being like, "Are you good? You're good. We're good. All right, just the two, just hang out." But no, otherwise, no.
I'm just hanging in the room like,
Yeah, pretty much. Just focus. Just get in with the mind blade and being like, man, I found you with some mind flayers, and I think I'm fighting something worse. It's not good. It's not a good time. They're also kind of aliens too, though. They're not from here. I don't know if she knows that shit. Things are weird. Things are weird.
Roll a survival.
Oh, I don't know if she knows.
If you want. It's
yeah, I'll let her. We'll see. I mean, she's killed enough, right? Maybe she got.
She's killed enough,
right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. With the survival check and maybe a little bit of nudging, like a little bloom of information from Desna. Yeah, they are not from this realm. They are that high. You would know they are allegedly hailed from the far realm, which is
Oh boy.
kind of a realm unto itself with different layers, a bit of a hellscape if all things are to be believed, and the home of many other aberrations, including your friend the Antecedent.
Mm.
Yeah, I do remember him. She's gonna like take a second to like stare off into space and like make those conclusions, and then kind of like shake her head and go back to focusing. Yeah, everyone wants a piece of this realm, it seems. I don't know how long that's been going on for. She's gonna go back to focusing.
All right, so you got those guys attuning. Scribbler got the 4 polymorph potion, the long-term ones. That last about 8 hours.
4?
I believe it was 4 because Rolim rolled well.
Okay. 4 polymorphies. Okay.
None of this.
Yes.
Question for you.
Answer for you.
Sometime around the times that we met the Maztekans.
Yes.
Not the Maztekans. The
Nexels.
The Nexels. Yes.
Yeah, incorrect. They're Maztekans.
Yeah, there's some Maztekans. You're not wrong.
All New Yorkers are Americans, but not all Americans are New Yorkers.
Oh boy. I picked up some suspicious robes of the plague. I don't remember what it did.
Suspicious robes of the plague.
It's just robes of the plague. I just put suspicious because it was suspicious. I don't think Rolim's looked at him yet. I think we put him in the bag of holding and we never, like, Flanny never came back to it.
Yeah. All right, hold on.
Just make this poor DM dig through his shit so he could be like,
I just went through my. I thought I wrote it down, but I think I literally just wrote down that we picked it up and that was it. For exactly that reason.
All right, Flandy, I feel like I already know the answer to this question, but do you have a date tied to those notes?
Totally. Mm-hmm. Yep.
The shifty eyes.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, no,
it's somewhere between. Look, I've gotten better. All right. I've gotten better.
So DMs in the future, if you have somewhat forgetful teammates, or if you just dump a lot of information on them, what I'm now doing, and no, I didn't do at this point, is I made like a section of my notebook just for items, and therefore anything you give them, they're not tied to a specific date. You don't have to sift through this like I am right now.
Yep.
So learn from my mistakes.
Hey, Flandy, do you know when you got it? I mean, like when, like in the event, like towards the end.
It's in between. So I got the skull.
Okay.
From Tupac.
So you already got the skull.
The Aztec skull, or the coin rather.
Uh-huh.
It's in between that and when we were working with Cardoon. I know that's a big span.
Yeah, all right. Just take a look.
I feel like it was when we were right before we talked to I think it was around the giant centipede time.
When we were attacking the
Herald of Zuil.
Yeah, Herald.
I think so.
Whom you immediately betrayed.
You're
I mean, did we betray him?
Yes, you did.
yeah,
Are you sure?
instantly.
Yeah, you had to deal with him and you attacked him.
Oh, I forgot about the deal. Yeah, no, Ryan wasn't having it. Yeah, no.
Oh yeah, that's because Rolim was actually rolling well, and he's like, "No, my wick, my beautiful wick."
Oh yeah. Like, we're fighting this bitch. Nah, I ain't doing it.
She's going to kill you if you don't agree with her. Agrees with her, dies anyways.
He was a bitch. He had to go.
Okay. So,
He treated him awful because he had loose lips.
You said plague cloak?
Robes of the plague, I think.
Robes of the plague. Oh, okay. That is not a cloak. That is different.
I also have the
Why are you
repeater,
always trying to wear something nasty?
a repeater crystal, because then it's giving me the nasty shit.
You had the
But like, where
robe
did you
of
get it
eyes.
from?
It was one of the mobs. One
You
of the things
got it
we
off one of
killed.
the bodies?
I think so. I'm
Of
pretty
what,
sure.
though? Like one of the.
I don't remember because I'm horrible with my notes. I'm sorry.
Because like we had a long while of like no combat while we were there because there was a lot of talking. So that's why I'm like, who did you kill it off of?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember.
Let me see.
Got the robes of capacitance. Learn that Skaven guy is terrifying. Wants to eat Furbolg.
Oh jeez.
Weasel.
Weasel. Yeah, that's his name.
Yep.
Oh, God damn it, Flandy.
Bonus points if you remember what clan he's from.
Shit. Is it Mulder? Because that's the coin he gave me.
It is Mulder.
No. Is it Mulder? Okay.
Yep.
I thought he stole the coin from a different clan and planted it on me, so they found it on me.
Oh God.
He's from Clan Mulder.
Okay. Yeah, I got bonus points. Check that out.
Yep.
Can I turn in those bonus points for less ire on the?
So wait, is it? Wait, if we get to the weasels, we've gone too far. Okay, gone too far.
Oh, okay, I got it.
You got it?
All right. So Robes of the Plague grants +2 to DC and spell attack on necromancy spells, and grants the following: infestation, insect plague, poison cloud, cloud kill.
So this is the whole too much information.
Yeah,
lore
I'm
dump?
just yeah.
Hey, quick question or quick thing though, Flandy. Don't use anything that has anything to do with poison because all of Nenner's shit is fucking immune because they're all like dead or made of poison. He's gonna give you this really cool mushroom and be like, "Hey, Mr. Ranger, you can cast Cloud Kill with this. It's pretty cool." You're never gonna be able to use it. So I'm gonna say right now, most of those spells are pretty useless. So don't even bother.
I don't know why. She's just hating on me. Blight.
Oh, man.
Hold on. +2 to what?
+2 to the spell attack and DC of necromancy spells. So anything with the necromancy descriptor, if you're casting it while you have these spells, your DC gets bumped up by 2.
All right. And grants access
to infestation. That is a cantrip.
All right.
Insect plague.
That's not the word I meant to spell.
Insect plaque. Gross.
All right.
Poison cloud.
You really are turning into the stinky wizard stereotype.
It's gonna no, there's more. Okay, never mind. Cloud kill. Blight.
All right.
Contagion.
All right.
And the last one is Circle of Death.
I assume there's some fucking chargy shits with it.
No, it just grants you access to it. You can't cast it from it, but while you have it, you can cast those spells.
Jeez. All right. Thank you, Nez.
You're welcome.
And if I remember correctly, the repeated crystal had to do with that was the crystal we gave back to the Nexels. Yes?
Yes, because that was part of what they needed for the...
Okay, let me remove that. I didn't remove that like a dummy. Who did I get that off of? Who did we get that off of? I'm curious. Is that in your notes, or did you just have it in there?
I think it was off of Zuil, wasn't it? I know you stole the Herald of Zuil, excuse me.
Oh, I was like, no,
the Herald. You did not fight. You would have known if you fought the Queen. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, maybe I wrote her name down wrong. Who's Zula?
Maybe, probably because you would have had to all re-roll. But let's see.
Thanks, Denez.
Yeah.
Oh boy. All right.
Lolo's gonna be out here funky.
Zawil hits you with her tail stinger. Does a 94 hit?
Fucking yeah. He hits you for 2,045.
Yep. I'm real glad this is on a tabletop virtual thing because I couldn't roll all these dice in real life. Here we go.
Yeah.
I didn't need you to roll a 54 d10.
64 d10 damage. Need you to make a poison save, DC 45. This poison has been tailor-made for you.
We're not going to be wearing
Roll a disadvantage.
Yeah, exactly.
I remember the Aztec coin that was like blood magic related, and I never attuned to it, so I don't know anything more than that.
Correct.
Uh,
You need to have skin
Okay.
in that blood magic game, brother.
Yeah. That's he's gonna swap around some of his shit.
Hmm.
He doesn't want to take out the ring of protection because that's actually gonna be very useful.
Mm-hmm.
But he does have a ring of spell storing.
Yes.
Rabia,
Are we in the same room?
That's you.
I think so.
Okay.
Are we not?
I don't know. I believe you. I was like, I don't know where you are.
Well, we came here to study more, and then we figured out that we didn't know what language they speak. And we started freaking out about that because, like, how the fuck do we talk to them? Are we just gonna be like,
And we're like, the point is, we're not supposed to talk to him. We're supposed to run in and just get our shit and get the fuck out. Or like, trying not to speak to these people.
we're just gonna fucking raid a Walmart, fucking Athos language off for dummies.
Yeah, that's the other thing. I was like, I wasn't at that scene, but when he was like, I would love to find out about their language. It's like, are you going to read about a language that you don't know in another language and read about that language? What? Anyway, carry on.
What does this all mean?
Anyway, yeah. Good.
Ravaya,
Yes.
I haven't used this in a while, but I do have a ring of spell storing. Can you think of anything that'd be worthwhile to store in here before we leave?
You have it ready? Like, you can use it as now, whenever?
I'm not attuned to it yet.
Do you have the slots to attune to it?
No.
So I guess the question here is, can someone attune to it and use it?
Correct.
Well, I haven't cast in a long while, and I don't really see myself in a position to do so for some time. And besides, we're not long resting, right? We already long rested, and that's why we're going. So yeah, okay.
Nope.
So I don't think it makes sense necessarily right now. It would be helpful if we could cast into it and then regain that magical ability. But if we can't, then besides you and Femi, it's not really going to be a benefit to anyone else anyway.
I'll have to see what she has when she gets back, because I do need to swap around a few things. Like, likewise, and he's watching you dig through your bag for weapons. He's like, "Holy shit!"
She's like already holding mind blade. Which the mind blade, if I remember correctly, it looks like it has those like elliptic like tentacles on like the handle and like coming up the blade a little bit. So it's like a weird looking fucking.
The pommel is the upside down head of a mind flayer, and the tentacles are like spiraling up the hilt, the handle into the hilt and onto the blade a little bit.
Right. So,
You were giving me shit.
I'm sorry. You had a living head of a creature on a staff that you conversed with, usually not with words.
Look, we don't want to have a competition here.
You also had a robe full of eyes.
I want that back.
Yeah.
Do you think it got destroyed in the attack?
And people just accept you for you being you. That's nice. Anyway, if you're going to ask Femi about that ring sooner than later, because we've already started our attunement process, and as soon as we're ready to go, the better.
Right.
Looks for you, Femi.
He's going to send a message to you, Femi.
Oh god.
Euphemy, where are you? This is Rolim.
Wait, are you using? What are you using?
I don't know if it'll. Was it
Oh, message. Okay.
within range? She
Yeah.
did 100. Nope, and I had to be able to see shit.
Oh, you also no. You don't have to see her. You just have to know what direction she's in.
I feel like he's just gonna spin in a circle and be like, Euphemy, Euphemy, Euphemy.
Oh gosh.
Or just like go through it like at least 3 times because he knows the general direction of which way she went. Like, is he connected? Where's she at? Hello?
Oh my god. The best is that Maya said BRB in Twitch chat for some reason, and not
Yep.
chat. She ain't here right now.
You
So
watch
we're
as,
just gonna role play as I didn't hit.
Yeah. I like it.
Indeed, it's like, why? It's just, it's simple. You learn this as a child.
To be fair, I learned a lot different things as a child. There was a lot thrown at us. Wasn't really interested in most of it, if I'm being quite honest, which I'm sure you already know. Hey, how do you feel about blood magic?
Gross.
Well, I mean, I don't disagree, but I think it might work on Athos. I don't know.
Yeah, hold on. Wait. So the problem with those types of magics is that they often circumvent elements of power, right? So you know how like you have spell reserves, things like that nature, where you are naturally limited.
Yes.
Blood magic, I'm not mistaken. I didn't really study this too hard because thankfully it hasn't taken hold on this side of Toril. Can be regenerated relatively easily with other people's blood, which, as I'm sure you can imagine, leads to a lot of bloodshed. What I'm trying to say is it's a slippery slope, slick with blood, if you go down that particular path.
I mean,
I understand where you're coming from.
Wonderful people like you who could stop me. I'm sure. And he's gonna like kind of. He hasn't been saying this out loud. He's been having the conversation with her silently. Yeah. He's just gonna kind of like beaming eyes and a big old grin look towards the cube and be like.
I understand why you might want to use it. I would caution against extended use, but magic is a tool.
I think this is probably the one and only time to make use of it in a controlled way.
Yeah, you're devoid of magic, and you're going to a place with.
He's gonna. Are there any weapons lying around here, like just on a like decorative or anything?
No, this is a library. This is an. The only weapons that would be around would be any of that, like Revia or.
He's gonna take his woo staff then and try and like hold it like a sword and be like, "I'm not very good at this."
Yeah, it's fine. Just be careful.
I feel like you get told that a lot.
I understand. This is an extenuating circumstance, so I just caution.
How do you feel about this plan?
I'm with your elf friend. I don't entirely trust your method of going or basically coming back. But
I mean, if you have any alternatives,
that's why I haven't
sure
spoken about
open.
it. I'm of the mindset of you have a solution, say it. If not, hold your tongue. So I don't have a solution to this particular issue. You were talking about a realm that has only in theory existed, and in that theory, possible to get to. This is the Russian doll of impossibilities that you were going into. So if you have a shortcut to the bottom, and this is what you want to do, you should take it. Also, given the fact that you've only fought 2 at one time, and I remember you specifically took quite a beating, I understand the need to eliminate them. The overall plan is sound. The methods, as per usual, are not.
Yeah. We also haven't figured out the language barrier.
Honestly, I was going to be entertained by that.
It's going to be, I was about to say, it's going to be interesting, that's for sure.
Well, I was going to surprise you. I, unlike you, prepare spells that are useful in multiple situations. One of them is tongues. So I was going to cast tongues on you when you were floundering, but before, of course, any actual blows came to be.
And how am I supposed to explain that I can magically speak their language, literally, after I've done stumbled through it?
My dear student, that falls into the category of not my problem.
He's gonna let it like a laugh out loud. He's like, fair enough. I mean, are you sure you can return home if this cube is on Athos?
Well, I'd hope that you didn't leave me on Athos.
I mean, if I die on Athos,
You wouldn't leave me on
Well, that's a horror I hadn't contemplated. Thank you.
I think that gently refiles that under probably your problem.
Yes,
He's gonna obviously be jesting.
Now I have to make sure you don't die.
I appreciate the concern.
I need to make more preparations. You see, you're like, find another book. And just
do you need this ring of spell storing? I can't attune to it. I don't know if you can either. I doubt it. You're not physical, but what if I put it in the
cube? Like in the cube? Like, are you crazy?
Oh my god!
Just puts the ring on top of the cube.
Is it working?
No, and I fear that is the only thing. Not the only thing not working. But
all right.
In all seriousness, be careful. I will do my best to protect you and your motley crew here.
I will one day learn the contingency spell and make sure that you are always taken to safety should I perish.
You know, normally it wouldn't be a huge deal. We have allies who could pinpoint my location. It's just all of those are gone now that we go there. So, yeah, try not to die or get arrested or anything like that.
I still have this favor from the Queen. Do you think it'll work in Athos? I don't think it'll work.
I was getting some very strange vibes from her when I was in her presence. She's far more than she seems.
Is she a transformer?
What?
That was funny, didn't understand.
Yeah, no, she's not Optimus Prime, sadly.
Are you kidding? She would totally be a Decepticon.
Oh yeah, Shockwave I think would be her how to choose.
Sorry, Derobit brought to you by Flandy.
Her power is great. I don't know if it's that great.
I'm not banging on it, but if it works, it works. Also, I don't remember if Rolim. I don't think he still has the warp stone, but I don't know where we put it.
I think you still have it, don't you? You hot potatoed it with Euphemi.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she gave it back to you, though.
Yeah.
I thought we left it here or something because of the corruption.
Oh, I think we were going to, but I don't think you have it.
Yeah, I think it's still in this room.
Okay. Yeah. They'll just kind of. Do you have anywhere to place? I don't think it's a good idea to take that to Athos. For anyone's sake, ours or theirs.
Well, I mean, this is coming from someone who's going to use a skull filled with half a dozen people's blood as to power their spells.
It's only
I don't. Where are you drawing
3?
this line? I don't. You've already crossed the gross one. I mean, it's a weird.
Look, I can't help it, and this is probably came out loud because he's like being defensive. He's like, I can't help it that all these items are weird.
I don't doubt. I'm curious as to where your line is drawn because it seems like it's drawn. You've already gone too far.
All right, fine. We're working too. I can't attune to it, so it's going to be do weird things.
Look, just don't let it. Don't bask in its presence longer than you have to.
I was trying to leave it here. Now you're telling me to take it with. I don't understand.
If you're to the point where you need it.
All right, bringing that with.
Look, I
I
haven't
don't
traveled
want to
with
put
you
this
for long.
in the bag of holding. Do you know? Do we have a bag I could put? Do you have a chaos satchel?
No, we don't have a chaos satchel, but I'm sure my nephew can get you something.
All right.
I love that it came back to him asking for a chaos satchel. This is great. Peak Rolos.
As you guys are speaking, you see there's a kind of a bracelet on Tithian's wrist that begins to kind of flash. It's a kind of a gold. It's like more like brass kind of colored bracelet with like red garnet inserts, and it's flashing a kind of red glow. And kind of stops this conversation mid. Oh, I forgot to mention. Kind of circles, like kind of tries to gather everyone around, kind of situation. With the loss of Soterial and the obvious tragedy that befell Leah, I've been working on a replacement for you, or replacement member. It's a little last minute, given the current situation, but he has a unique talent who I think will fill a role you've more or less needed for a while. I wasn't sure if he was going to make it, to be honest, but I believe he is ready, as interred by his signal.
Considering what we're up against, he might not make it back.
He knows that as well. As you know, I don't pull punches with mission briefs.
Yeah.
He has skin in this game as well, as do we all.
If only we had time to listen to it. What's his name?
You'll soon find out. And you watch as he kind of takes off the bracelet and expands it into this kind of spinning portal that continues to kind of rotate and kind of darkens the room a little bit. The light around it seems to kind of get partially absorbed as it begins to spin. And
I feel like Rolim's trying to hide all the creepy shit. Oh fuck! Impressions are important.
I gotta make a real good first impression. Put it away.
And out of the portal steps a human figure. And if you would like to describe your character, Kit.
Okay, let's do this. All right, so what you guys see is kind of like a dude who's kind of like not all that tall. He's covered in this weird like furry coat, just covers him from like the top of his head down to like his just past his waist, and he's wearing this just very pale wooden mask on his face. Behind him you just see this terrifying looking bow,
Which is
sorry about that, go ahead.
Okay, good. I was just going to describe the bow more, but you can please
go for it.
Okay, so the bow you can see has 4 different points, I guess you'd call them, but they're each shaped in like a spider's leg. And I guess Ravaya and probably Euphemi would notice that the string going between it is kind of like a gossamer strand, not dissimilar from a string of web.
Ravaya's gonna look at Tithian. Not exactly like Tyrael, huh?
Look, there's not a lot of... Anyway, he'll fit. Trust me.
She stares at him, just kind of waiting for him to open his mouth.
You got a name?
I am Qwynn.
Exciting. You're Qwynn, you have a strange bow and you like fur. You want to tell us what you do? I'm assuming you're an archer, ranger, or some sort.
Tiffy kind of holds his hand up. I may have not have explained, and speaks to Qwynn. they're a very aggressive group. So this
Hey,
whole kind of introductory phase is critical.
only some of us are aggressive.
You want to show them what you were hiding, son?
That's not aggression. That's just weird. Rude.
Oh no.
Anyway, they're good people. You just have to work your way in. And then he like kind of backs out of the conversation way.
I understand. I am a religious protector, you could call me. My people have served on our hill for generations.
Euphemy's gonna lean into Revi and be like, he's already kind of shady and also extremely boring. Why do you talk so slow?
Just
You
doesn't
realize
go.
we're gonna be fighting them, right? We're not gonna have time for you to.
That might also mean that he doesn't have to sit here and explain himself. So I appreciate you joining us for this, but I will also mention that this is not going to be a lot of fun. But judging by how you look, it doesn't look like you're interested in fun. So it seems like we're fun.
I'm interested in action.
As am I. I am Revia. It's nice to meet you, Qwynn.
Thank you.
And this is Zolan. And she kind of reaches over and pats big boy Zolan, who's probably looking a little bored because we're chilling.
So it was like he's just kind of off in his own mind. Sees Zolan. He's like, huh? Yep. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he's just staring at him, and he kind of like just looks over to Revi, and he's like just like gesturing forward with his hand, like, "Can I touch him?"
She'll like look at Zolan and then give a nod and is like not prepping Zolan at all, just wants to see how he reacts to him.
Okay, so yeah, he's gonna reach out and try to touch him.
An animal handling check, sir.
Okay, and let's see if this
You
goes.
bite off your hand! No.
Okay.
Welcome to the team. I hope you don't need two hands for that bow.
All right, animal handling. What do we got? I got nothing on that. Okay, let's see it.
God. Hey, good.
Oh, that was at advantage. I'm sorry. Okay, normal.
15 is
No.
not bad.
Yeah. Did that add your proficiency right? No, it didn't. What the hell?
I have no proficiency in it.
Oh, you have no proficiency in it. Okay.
Yeah, but for some reason it rolled it at advantage. It's not on advantage.
Yeah, it has. You have to toggle it on and off in the.
No, it's set to normal.
Yeah, his character sheet is fucked. I'm gonna have to probably redo it. But
but
for now,
I shall fix later. No worries.
yeah, exactly. But with a 15, you get a little bit of like, it's kind of like I don't know who you are. He's like, all right, man, you harmless enough. You know, it's one of those things. But you do end up being able to like kind of pet the top of his head.
Mm-hmm.
He more or less allows it. But there was a slight bit of friction initially, but being that Revi isn't reacting, Zolan's kind of cool about it.
He seems to be a good boy. Okay.
So, Qwynn, you didn't exactly elaborate on what it is you do. Obviously, you're a marksman of some sort, but beyond that,
We have, my family and I have served as sentinels for generations. We are guards, fighters.
We can use more. We always can. And excuse you, Femi. She likes to get a lot of arbitrary information before we get going. So
I understand.
yeah, I'm usually the support here, so it's useful to, know what I'm going to be dealing with.
I say, when we get into the inevitable fight, we just see what he does. Oh, Nenners!
Yes.
I think Dubs is still on the old map. I don't know if he's with the whole team.
Wait, what?
He's like, I don't see anyone. I'm still in the hallway.
Oh my god, he is! Oh my god, I am so sorry.
Poor Dubs.
There you go. You should be good.
He just like very quietly was
sorry.
like, I don't see any of that. I was like, why not?
Oh my god.
Oh, that's amazing. All right,
That
yeah.
is 100% my goof. My bad.
Somewhere in this room, but yeah. Oh, you're just like off in the corner. Oh god. Anyway, yes, he's here. He's here. We were comparing swords and stuff before.
There you go.
But yeah.
Bring back in the fold.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Oh boy.
He's here. He's here.
Well, is there I'm rolling, by the way. He's kind of
Hello.
like reaching out his hand and seeing what you
How tall is Rolim? How tall is Rolim?
God, he's like
Very tall.
8'7" or something stupid like that.
Oh yeah.
I was actually gonna ask how tall Qwynn is, if you don't mind.
Qwynn is like 5'4". He's kind of fucking short.
Oh, you're little. Okay.
So with the rest of his family, yeah.
Oh, your costume's tiny. There's no way you're taller than him.
Yep.
Oh, you're 5'3".
No.
They're 5'3" and 5'4". You're so little.
Tiny Warriors Club. Okay, which two do you want to know, Kanasu?
Let's see. Con score and Dex.
Hold on.
Again, it's in comparison to
It's
the
relative to Kanasu,
Yeah.
correct? Yeah. They're creeping on you, Qwynn. I'm sorry. Hold on.
Did you expect anything else?
No, absolutely not. I love introducing new characters to this team because they're so hostile. Who the fuck is you?
You're gonna slow me down.
Oh my god, what the fuck?
He's got you beat on Con, but you have him beat on Dex.
Of course, no one's got me on Dex. It's me.
Oh my god, what the fuck, dude?
That's it.
But yeah, that's.
Oh, I feel so violated now. Okay.
Despite his short stature, this boy is well built.
Being that
Roll.
we're by oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was just saying, Rol's reaching out his hand to introduce, and he's going to ask,
Yeah,
do you need anything? We're going through our items right now.
Like, no. He just says, no, sir. Just anxious to get into battle.
You're like twice his height.
Oh, you're just looking up at him like,
Yeah. Yep.
He's just. Are you sure you know what we're up against? I don't think any of us are anxious for that, and half of this crew loves fighting.
Speak for yourself. Also, when his head tilts back, Revia's looking under his mask as much as he can to see if she can get any details of what race he might be.
Roll investigation or perception, your choice.
I also wanted to mention, because he seems to be kind of one of nature, like what she can glean from like his stature and body type, if there's anything that she knows.
That's
I don't know.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm a perception for that one. And what was the other? Oh, jeez.
holy shit!
Wow.
Does a
Oh
30
my
work?
god!
30,
Does a 30 work? A
You know
30
your
30.
address, your phone number, your email.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you eat for dinner?
He just arrives, and I'm like, so your twig bark
Oh, I
loves the
just
trees at gmail.com?
Oh my
Oh
god,
my god!
that is crazy.
By the way, Menard's informed me that I might get interrogated, but goddamn. Okay.
Yeah,
Hey, at least you didn't slap with a tentacle.
they brought the heat for sure.
Yep.
Ravaya, you can see from his neck structure, like the muscles that go in there, and the chin, and your hilariously high roll, that he's certainly human, or at least mostly human.
Okay. At least mostly human.
Mostly.
He could be like
No, I
3/4 human, 1/4 elf or something. But
Yeah.
as far as you could tell, he's majority human.
thing in
It
her
really
mouth.
is. No.
She's gonna say in Elvish after he kind of like looks up at Roland, but what exactly are your Sentinel families called? And she says that in Elvish, just waits to see.
And she said that in Elvish?
Yep.
He's gonna turn around he's talking to Rolim at this point. He's gonna turn around and go, I beg your pardon? In common.
Insight check.
The interrogation
No, no.
begins.
Oh my god! I just love that it was Roland. Yeah, like he's the nicest one about us.
You're speaking Elvish. He's wearing all that shit. He's like, what?
Roll. What's it called? Insight.
That's a strong 7.
I was genuinely gonna do the same, but I wanted you to like have that moment.
Oh my god.
You're wrong at 7, okay.
Which is
Yeah.
great because it probably fits him, right? He's probably like caught off guard. He's like, what?
Revive
real.
sees everything he is. Rolo sees nothing.
Yeah, it's
Rolo gets an eyelash in his own eye.
Wait, do I have anything that gives me advantage on an insight? Hold on, let me double check.
okay.
Keep going, you're good. I probably don't.
I'll wait for the cheese. It's cool.
Yeah. Revival was going to insight too, but like I said, I wanted to roll him down. And then you rolled a 5. Oh god.
Ooh. Maybe. Nope.
All right.
Okay.
Well, I don't
So-
have efficiency, but she's gonna give it a shot if that's all right.
Yeah. Rolim, he's fully covered. I mean, it is hood, mask, kind of mantle on him. There's not a lot of flesh showing, let alone facial features. So you're just trying to go off of eyes, and he's really not shifting on you right now. So, and his posture hasn't really changed. That being said,
so you just
have
see
no
like a big
idea.
giant purple over you go like, huh? Like just giving a weird look.
Yeah. Yep.
And Revia unabashedly is studying you.
All right, give me another
Nice.
one. Okay. As far as you can tell, the way he like snapped his head and it didn't seem like he legitimately understood what you were saying.
In her mind, she's going to be like, I wonder what the rest is. Welcome to the team. She says instead.
Thank you, I guess.
Do you have any other abilities or skills we should know about before we head into this desert planet plane thing?
I'm very much fond of finding that out as we go.
And out of curiosity, why are you so eager to jump onto what could potentially be a suicide mission?
It's so long and personal story. Let's just say that we
Can you
all
give us
seek
the
our
clip
redemption. I beg your pardon?
Oh, she's just like, can you give us a cliff notes?
Let's just say we all seek our redemption in our own way.
You get a mad sus look from Roll.
Yeah.
He's like,
Can we insight this dude? Because that was
You inciting 4 though.
Give me an insight on his explanation of not explaining.
yeah. Like what is he not saying there?
Yeah, but like
That's not really
no.
insight.
He looked
but-
like he committed a genocide or two.
Roll just while she's trying to figure out her life, Roll's just gonna kind of he's gonna go like to naturally like pat him on the back and realize that I probably shouldn't do that, and then kind of go into one of these and be like, well, if it's redemption you seek, you might find it here. Some of us are still working on it. And he's like hiding from Revive. He's gonna point to himself.
Revia is just gonna add you might also find death, but it sounds like you're ready for that if that comes to it. When it comes down to it, if Tithian trusts you, then I do too. And these two will hopefully get their answers as we go along. So good luck.
Thank you.
She kind of like looks at Rolim.
He just gives you like one of those namaste things right there.
There's no immediate reaction to it, but she just kind of like slowly nods back instead, and then resumes kind of focusing on her sword, sitting in the back with Zolan and just kind of watching.
Ironically, Rolim does the same thing, but he's like crossing arms, like, Auntie, ring of protection or ring of mind shielding? If you had to choose.
Well, I'd rather get stabbed than having my brains blown out of my ears. So I'm going to go with mind shielding.
Your mind blast is so bad, your brain is blown out from your ear.
Your mind, especially for you, my friend, is your most potent weapon.
Yeah. I don't know that.
The hilarity of that.
Do you think I'm going to be able to access my wizard side over there? I don't think I am. Should I?
I don't know.
I feel like I should probably focus on not dying, and I think the taking off this headband might probably be the way to go to keep me alive the bestest.
Maybe you should spar Revive. Get those arms buffed up, you know.
Spar with Revive. I would love to see that. And the mess afterwards.
Oh god. I feel like she would mistake his size for durability.
Oh,
So, what do you know about mind magic? The way psionics?
Everything I learned from Kaput.
That's not his name. So, your question is an interesting one, but you are going to a plane which is infested with creatures that are at least mildly proficient in psionics. And you want to remove elements of your intelligence as a survival method.
solid plan. Love it.
Do you see the problem here? I mean,
I don't think I do. I think the headband does.
Oh,
as soon as this is over, you're studying for months. I'm locking you in one of these areas, and you're not leaving until you've learned the basics.
He's like contemplating setting the cube down somewhere where it's not physically contacting him. He's like, all right, fine, I'll take the break. Okay.
I just picture Rolo's like taking a leap right in front of whatever Dragos's final attack is, just so he doesn't have to study.
I think Rolim is willing to study. He's just not good at it.
He's not good at it, nor does he have the time.
He doesn't have the time, and that's really what Aunt Dean is kind of giving him a huge pass on.
Yeah,
But as soon as that is not the issue, oh boy.
Yeah.
What's the mental equivalent of getting your knuckles wrapped with a ruler? Because
Yeah.
You didn't turn into a turtle.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. So Rolim's going to take off the ring of protection, even though it's going to hurt him very much so.
It'll be all right.
Very much so. And then makes
Very-
noises as he takes it off.
The brain
So-
box is far more important.
So, all right. So he's gonna attune to the skull.
Okay.
He's gonna keep the headband, the ring of mind shielding, and he's gonna keep the whoop loop.
As you attune to the skull,
Oh,
there is like a whippet of blood that just kind of like a trace of it that flicks out of it and then begins to kind of circle you for a moment. Give me a perception check. It's just like a rivulet of blood that is now kind of rapidly orbiting you.
I don't
That ain't
think I
normal.
have anything that gives me perception advantage. That's persuasion. Don't click the wrong button, you momo.
don't.
Are you going to try to persuade the blood to tell you why?
Oh,
How about that soft 31?
Nice.
You could see like dark elements in the blood, like fangs, horns, like a face that is just constantly like mutating into like different kind of dark things as it whips around you. Give me a wisdom save at advantage.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, I just took off the damn ring.
Yo, Zone's gonna hip check you. That's disadvantage now.
Actually, hold on. Kit, which thing do you have up right now?
What do you mean?
He walked away. Did you see him? He ain't there anymore.
Wait,
did,
he
he
close
walked
by,
away.
I guess. He
As soon
close
as you
by, I
asked
guess.
He's in range. So what thing do you have up right now?
One momento, por favor. I have some auras up. Yes. Let me see. Oh, god damn it. Where are my auras? Okay, here we go.
But then under the tab called auras.
God damn it. Was that it? Sorry.
It's okay. It's new character. Don't worry.
Yeah, you'll take your time. You relax.
Not only is it new character, but we're level what? Like
My wisdom's on the line here.
so like 17. Excuse me.
Is he making a saving throw right now?
Yes.
You gain +5 to that.
Okay. And somewhat bolstered. It's like you're trying. You could tell this thing is testing you. It's testing your will. Like even though in theory anyone could use it, there's a test of like, do you have the mental fortitude to handle this? And that's a question. And as you're beginning to flounder a little bit under this kind of stare, you feel it kind of slow down. And just in the periphery of your vision, you see about 8 like legs kind of come into your view and kind of help it shove it away and then like crawl away from your vision. And you have shunted it off and are successfully tuned to the Hemodome. Congratulations, you can cast Blood Magic.
Oh
I feel like he's
Look at Bloody face!
Can he like ascertain why spider things just help him deflect this shit?
Spider thing.
Like, in a time of weakness,
Arachnoid.
what a terrible thing to see.
You know what would have made that perfect is if you also heard.
It'll all be over soon. No, give me. I'm going to give you 2 options: an Arcana check or a Perception check.
Can we use my passive perception?
No.
Damn it. I'll go with the Arcana because I feel like he's trying to understand why the fuck that, like, what the fuck just happened. Like between the blood doing the weird shit and then the legs protecting him for some reason, he's just like, what the fuck is going on? Did you see that shit? That meant to not roll that at advantage. My apologies. That is a 24.
24 Arcana. This actually hits closer to home than you realize. That pesky little brother of yours, equally learning phobic, has gone down a different path than you. And
I don't know if he's a paladin yet.
He's got to be close, right? Because he's what, 50 something? And
yeah, but like
Foozca's campaign, so he's what?
He started a different path before that too, so it's still okay.
Okay, I don't know. It's your character. I'm not gonna override it. So I just figured if he's 34, he's had some training in it. Yes. But that being said, some of his masters have had this ability where if you're being challenged through flesh or through spirit, they can bolster you, just their mere presence and their faith in whatever god they chose. This, although manifesting in a very unique way, is similar to that feeling.
He's gonna kind of like, while he's holding the skull, he's gonna kind of look at Qwynn at the corner of his eye and just, like, not directly looking at him, just like, what the fuck is going on? No, he's just gonna evaluate his life choices. Why do I keep getting weird shit that I don't have to use, but I have to use?
When you hold the skull, you can feel the liquid, like you can manipulate it at will. You also feel it somewhat bubbling inside, like a light boil. It's not hot, but just the blood is boiling within it.
And he previously couldn't feel that, like only now that he's
no, it just sloshed around. It was like you had cold blood in there.
That's completely like it's normal. It's the
yeah, look, I'm trying to explain things somewhat succinctly.
Oh god.
Oh my god.
Yeah, completely.
He's going to grab the Aztec coin from Tupac.
Okay.
He's gonna like kind of look at it real quick. He's gonna like close his eyes and he's gonna like mutter under his breath. He's like, Tupac, can you hear me?
There is a slight hesitation.
Holla if you hear me.
And in your mind, you see Kayao's face, that crazy mask, come up. You've done it. I knew you had it in you. Are you going to come to train? Do you need instruction on examination?
Okay. He jumps a little bit.
Okay. Let me get the art for him so I can show people what has just popped in your head.
This entire day has just been people creeping on.
He was trying so hard. He was just like, what? I gave him a pretty high DC based on all the shit that just went down. Like he's not at ease right now.
Yeah, he's not at ease right now.
Koya, it is Koya.
Oh, hey there.
Yeah, his face in the whole headdress is like in your head right now. Like
Yeah, I forgot how terrifying that was.
Do you know the way?
Glowing eyes just like staring at you.
And I feel like he's lost his composure, so he's not like being as mental and quiet as he thought. So he's probably saying like his side of the conversation out loud. He's just like, a temporary arrangement, I think. I hope.
That's how we all start.
That's comforting. That.
Do you feel the power?
I feel something. Anyway,
If
before
you
this gets
concentrate,
creepier,
you can feel the blood of everyone
still going.
around you. When you're attuned far enough, you can feel their heartbeats.
He's gonna try and feel that. He's like, what? He's gonna see if he can't detect how many people are in the room. He's gonna close his eyes because he doesn't remember how many people are in the room. See if he can't figure out how many are.
This isn't a wisdom save, but I'm going to have you roll a wisdom save because this is an effort of will. So there's no risk on your part. This is just you. Can you exert your will on this particular magic?
Roll insight on dinners.
Oh, shit.
Oh, good.
You close your eyes and begin to concentrate. And the first thing you hear is your own thundering heartbeat, elevated by the shock of another entity in your head and the reality of the situation. And you hear scribblers, somewhat erratic heartbeat, not too far from you. A little bit further away, Aloysius's, which is slow, almost methodical in its beats. You feel a little bit more, and there's Katasu's, which is also measured, and I imagine at rest, so probably super low since he weighs 40 pounds.
And is an incredible athlete.
Yes, indeed.
Is he dead?
Heartbeats 3 times a minute.
Jesus Christ.
And you try to push further, but that's all you can. But you can feel the vitality in all of them. And you could tell it's not a hunger, but like almost a desire to like it's something that you want. You shut it out. Like you were strong enough to shunt that part of it out, but there was a feeling there that is not something you're used to by any means.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
He's gonna kind of like, yeah, I can feel some of them.
Excellent. I knew you would make a good student.
Do you? Oh God. Do you have any tips? You're familiar with Athos, right? We told you about that place.
Yes. Fresh blood is the best.
We're okay. We're going there, and I thought this would be a particularly useful tool in a place such magic void as such. But I'm having second thoughts now.
Why? The power is right there. It's everywhere.
Oh boy.
So long as things live and have blood coursing through their veins, although temporarily in your presence, a power is there.
Temporarily in your presence. Oh boy. This
You can do all
sounds.
kinds of things.
Can I? It's gonna sound weird, and I apologize if I offend. Can I use my own blood for this? Do I have to take from others?
You can indeed use your own blood.
Oh boy. Any tips there?
Well, don't use too much. The dome will get its fill, whether you like it or not.
His eyes are gonna go wide with that, like, this is sounding awfully parallel to the Farler magic.
I can train you to have better control.
I got like an hour. Is that enough time?
Less than.
No. Although we have ways of changing that, don't we? Come to Mastika.
All right. How long? Darkest campaign. Oh my god! How did I miss the poll?
It's still going. It's pretty subtle. You have to go up to the top, like the
Oh, I
chat.
see it now. All right. Sorry, I was definitely.
No, man, carry on. I didn't mean to derail you.
Oh, that's great. Sorry. He's gonna kind of like that'd probably be the wise bet. But you're sure? Like, if I leave now, will I make it back in time for what we have to do?
Well, part of that is on you.
I'm not usually good with time, especially
Less-
learning.
Less time, more staying alive. But see, training is not just a matter of learning. It's about withstanding. Controlling these forces takes a certain amount of fortitude, both mental and physical. You've been tested in the mental. You've yet to be tested in the physical. In addition to that, you must learn our ways. We are masters of fractal time. We can manipulate it as we see fit. I could train you within your meager time allotment, but it will be compressed, and it will be more difficult than if you were to do it properly.
He's gonna kind of like. He's very pensive right now. He's like, and this magic is dangerous, untamed, untrained.
No, if you use it within the parameters of the item, you should be fine. I'm eager to teach you more as I beginning to think you're eager to learn. Few of us can actually master it, and I think you could.
He's gonna kind of like 1 second, and he's gonna kind of like set the coin down, and he's gonna like kind of reach to Andy. Like, are you hearing this?
Yes, I am. The
Wait,
hell are
hear
you
that
doing?
shit?
Only Auntie can because she's connected. However, when he put the coin down, you guys see Koya there. Like,
Oh no!
it's in a like as he puts it down, blood kind of. It's a blood statue of Koya, so it is kind of just like bubbling as it's like sitting there.
Also, quick, I mean, he did jump, but other than that, was there any weird body language happening from him other than the like, huh?
Hold on, let me give you a performance check.
Okay.
I imagine it would. I'm gonna give me disadvantage for that.
Yeah, you do what you do. I'm just curious.
There you go.
He's gonna like reach for the coin that she had. She also had one of those blood items, and I'd be like, "Nah, wait, hold on, bro, those."
I feel well if he starts apparating as soon as he releases the coin, like I feel like he's gonna swipe it. I was like, no, nope. Ah.
As you pick it up, he sinks back down into the coin.
I feel like he literally has a demon and an angel on his shoulder. Oh, he's like, oh, excuse me, Coy.
What did you do?
1 second, Coy. I think it's probably smart to at least take some not time to learn and make sure I don't do something stupid like at the observatory or the fucking tower place they was at. I can't remember what that place is called. Fucking smart people learning place.
Already doing something.
The academy.
That's it. Thank you.
Pretty sure he's already doing something stupid. What are you doing?
So
Why did we just see blood Koya just now?
Excuse me, I'm on the phone. Got a few voices, but you know what? Here, you want to see him again? He'll set the coin down.
Puts the coin, comes back up.
She's going
She wanted
to
talk to you.
Just smack him on the back of the
She wanted to talk to you. I'll be right back.
Oh my god.
She's gonna point Koya
at the back of his head with her mage hand from the start,
Koya
which is
kinda,
basically just a butterfly.
just a butterfly in the back of his head.
Thing, yeah.
Puts Koya down. He kind of has his arms crossed, but as you said, she wants to talk to you. He turns and sees Euphemi. I didn't think you had it in you. You hear in your head.
I'm sorry, had what in me? What is he up to?
He's learning. He's my new apprentice. We're arranging a time for training.
Roll.
Don't be upset because one has the will to surpass your own abilities.
So what are you teaching him?
The art, of course.
The art.
As he says that, you watch as like some of the blood from him begins to kind of circle around the coin, and then pulls it back into himself.
You're teaching him how to manipulate blood?
Life, in a way, as most life requires it.
How bad is fire right now?
Okay, ideally speaking,
Right.
and he's like deliberately loud with this. Ideally speaking, if he were to turn out to be a star pupil of yours, in the
Yes.
time in which you are going to dedicate to teaching him, what is the desired outcome? Like, what sort of abilities would he be able to manifest, let's say, in a fight or in a conversation if he wants to get a desired outcome? What
Practical applications, excellent. Well, when you master blood, you can stop one's heart. You can redirect elements of their blood flow to, let's say, from their sword arm to their legs are all of a sudden really heavy. You can exsanguinate people with the smallest of incisions. Freeze the blood. You can boil it. You can use it to empower your spells that aren't necessarily blood magic. You can use your own blood as weapons. And
that's very interesting.
in some instances, with the proper training and patience, which admittedly I don't have, you can heal and stop people from dying. You can transfer blood. You can expand it. It has its uses.
But that's not something you specialize in.
I don't specialize in it, but I understand it. I can teach it.
I see. So, Rolos, what are you interested in learning out of that very large list of very intriguing options there?
As he's still talking to Andy, he's like, I feel like he's having a tip. She's like, but no, it'd be good. Like, I want to understand it so I don't fuck up it. What? That last part was cool.
Do you see what you're getting into with the student?
There's an element of chaos and recklessness needed to master this art. That's why I chose him.
Oh, I see.
So what you're saying is this is the perfect subclass for Flandy. All right.
You need
Rude.
someone who can take risks, who is aware of his surroundings.
Well,
Through the spores, you're just gonna hear, do we stab him now or later?
Well, she can't hear any of this conversation, right? So
It's all in Euphemy's head right now.
Right.
You do
really?
see him like speaking, like you see him gesticulating to,
yeah, but
You-
I can't.
but yeah,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can't see or
Oh,
hear.
okay. Well, in that case, she's going to. I'm sorry. Can you hold on a second? And then just very loudly go through all the options of what he's about to learn, so that everyone can know what he's up to.
I feel like in the middle of her doing that, he's going to pull the coin back and be like, let's do it.
Oh, so you're gonna go with it?
As you do that, you hear Andy go, ask him about the consequences. You're like,
She gets accosted.
Yeah. So also, exsanguination was one of them. I mean, he spoke of healing as a side potentially, and it's just going through the rest of it. It's just like, you believe this shit? I mean, we all believe he's up to it, but
The best part is hopefully this turns out where it's like he's gone for like a split second and he's back again. I don't know if that's how it's gonna roll, but that's what Rolim's hoping.
as you pick up Koya and the coin, you hear like almost like a grunt of effort and where are you? You don't need to step outside. I cannot reach you. Not without
Oh yeah. Oh,
dealing with some very potent wards.
he's just gonna kind of like, I'll be right back.
I could
And he's gonna,
rewind
like-
time until they weren't here, but then you wouldn't be here. Anyway, figure it out. You go outside.
He's
Why do you
taking a
need-
couple steps back.
Touch some grass, you nerd.
no, why do you need to be right back?
He's taking a couple steps back.
Go ahead
and
and
he's like,
here?
Don't worry, I was back in that time. And he's just gonna start sprinting.
Okay.
Full tilt.
Full tilt out of the house. Okay. Give me an acrobatics check just to see if you don't annihilate some poor server who's half your height and just carrying some coffee. Okay,
my
good
God.
job. All right. You do skillfully avoid pottery and people on your way out. Bust out into the day, and it's very early morning for you guys. Well, not early, it's like 10ish or whatnot, but come out, the city's kind of bustling at the moment. Bit of sun in your face, and you hear Qwynn, perfect. Just a moment. And you feel your own heartbeat start to race as
it's love at first cast.
The dome also kind of begins to react, like float off of your hand, as does the coin. And you close your eyes, not out of a reaction, but is kind of forced on you. And you can, through your eyes, see your own, like the veins through your lids kind of pulsating. And after about the 6th or 7th pulse, you feel the air and the general smells around you change. And you open your eyes up again. And you are at the Temple of the Nexels in Maztica, with Koya looking over you very proud. And a somewhat concerned Kia next to him.
He has like the not maybe 1,000 yards there, probably like 500 yards there. Just like, oh, I hope this is all right. You promise you can take me back to the same time? We don't have much of it. I don't have much of it.
I can take you back. Survival is the question. I want to make that clear before we proceed any further. Allow me to explain. If you die to this power, even if you're brought back, you are never the same.
As long as I can...
its toll.
He's just gonna kind of pause for a minute. He's like, if I don't succeed, I don't wish to be brought back. By any means.
Are you certain?
I'm fairly certain. If I can't control this and stay who I am, then I do not wish to be returned in a state where I'm not me.
You hear Kia off to the side. Where do we send your remains, should that happen?
He's gonna get quiet and pensive again for a second, and he's like, let me write a note real quick. And he'll kind of write a note to his parents. Brief summary of what happened, what may have happened. It's like, but I did it for just a little sappy story. Well, we can do that later. But he's gonna write a note to his folks. He's gonna be like, he's gonna give them the trade circle location with the note, and like, just here with this.
Yeah, kind of tucks it away. Understood. Good luck, half-breed son of the Fae.
He's gonna kind of like roll his shoulders back, like, all right, gotta go into the strong, mentally and physically. No room for doubt.
Indeed. And you watch as Koya begins to kind of spin his hands, and the geometrical structure of the temple begins to kind of shift. And as it shifts, like echoes of it also begin to shift, kind of like a kaleidoscope / inception kind of effect going on as it begins to twist and turn and spiral in until it is its own kind of vortex, rimmed with this kind of reddish, almost hellish light, like around the ends of it. After you, my pupil.
He's gonna kind of nod, and he's gonna say it. He's like, if you don't wish to join me on this venture, I understand.
Look, the last thing I want to do is hang out with these freaks if you die. So I'm going to try to keep you alive.
These freaks.
I feel like in his stealing, that's like probably the thing that pushes him over and gets him where he needs to be mentally to to do this.
Oh my god.
All right. I'm going to leave you there.
Yeah.
Possibly to your fate. We'll find out later. Okay, now that your warlock / wizard, war wizard, has left.
Euphemia is just looking at Revius like, so are we just gonna let him learn blood magic? Are we cool with this?
You had a conversation with the person who was about to teach him and let him walk out, so I suppose you're letting him. I just assumed he was up to some weird shit and let it happen, because he's gonna do it no matter what, probably.
Yep. How messed up do you think he's gonna be when he gets back? On a scale of 1 to... Oh god, here we go again.
I do believe he's been in the negative since we've met him, so I don't see him changing all that much.
Great, lovely. I wonder what I'm going to have to heal. Maybe he just won't have any blood or something, or... You know, I think it's likely he'll exsanguinate himself.
I think you have a lot of ideas about how this is going to go down, and I'm going to leave you to those.
He's gotten injured in numerous ways since I met him.
She's like flipped open her book and has gone back to studying them.
This is the group I'm in. He does things so outrageous that nobody's even concerned anymore. Now that he's learning blood magic. Okay. How do you feel about this, D'Artagnan?
D'Artagnan.
That happened so fast. I was hoping he was just going to throw the skull outside or something.
You really thought he was going to do something that simple and safe? He can't even exit a building normally. The last time he walked out of a building, he needed to jump out of the window just to be special. We were in a tower, you know the one.
I would be lying if I didn't say I was worried. I thought he had more sense than that. But,
Why?
Revi's head cranes in the background. like, as soon as he said I thought he had more sense, and she's just like, goes back to her book, like, doesn't say anything, just like a head nod gesture.
I feel like he needs structure. That's coming from me.
You know what I heard? I heard that when he was in this crew before I joined, he got half of his soul stolen by a demon because he decided to talk trash to him in a battle and got stabbed. And then they pick him up off the ground. And what does he do again? He insults the demon and keeps it coming. Again.
The boy has moxie. I'll give him that. I'm pretty sure he's older than I am. I can't call him a boy. But anyway.
No, it fits. No, that's fine.
I don't know. If he can get back, that'd be great. I'm a little concerned about a few things.
Unless he learns how to, I guess, use that magic to heal, I don't see how this helps us in any way.
All right. Well, if I shunt out the moralistic part of my brain, it does make a certain kind of sense. We're going to a literal land of death and degradation, whose magical sources comes from life itself and is largely depleted. Learning how to manipulate people's blood in a pinch as a source of power is not a bad idea objectively. However, that quickly not becomes the case once you remove objectivity.
I see. Okay. Strip away the morality. That does sort of make sense. He's looking for a way to fuel his magics. But from what that bloody fellow explained, it seems like it's kind of addictive. So
we're taught elements of the dark arts in the academy, more so as a defensive and preventative measure. So we are not tempted without fully understanding. But blood magic has a hunger to it. It is.
Yeah, there's not a damn thing on this planet that hasn't tempted him.
Kind of chuckles to himself. Yeah, there's that.
I just imagine Rolo's like learning blood magic and then reminiscing about the time the vampire tried to eat him while he was casting Banish and be like, you know what, I understand you now. I feel like we have something.
There's a debate as to whether or not vampires invented it or vampires were created by it. But it is somewhat tied to that.
Yeah, that's disturbing on both ends of the spectrum.
Among other things. But it very quickly becomes a desire that needs to be sated if it's not correctly handled.
Well, this is probably going to be a long day.
Agreed.
She's gonna look to the newcomer and be like, you've been very quiet. And, one of our own has run off to learn blood magic, so any thoughts? In fact, how much do you know about our journey to Athos?
I know we must go and kill them being of great power.
Yeah, we're not gonna get into a fight there.
Yes, we will.
Wait, what? I mean, I thought it was more of a in and out retrieval mission.
That's the intention. That's not the reality.
All right. Never met a bitch we didn't stab. So, all right. You familiar with desert terrains and unfamiliar worlds?
This is unfamiliar to me.
What?
This world is unfamiliar to me.
I could kind of hear that.
His world?
Yeah, she asked if he was familiar with unfamiliar worlds. This world is unfamiliar to him, he said.
Yeah, Revia repeats and says, "This world?" And just kind of
Yes.
waits. So, Toril is unusual for you.
Yes.
Toril's the planet. Just in case. I didn't know if that was clear.
Yeah.
How long have you been here?
Not long.
And
Are you just possessed of an inability to answer questions directly? Do you have to?
It's more interesting that if you haven't been here for very long, that you're interested in defending it, unless your place is under duress as well.
It is not. Just, I feel a duty to help. I am not the most worthy person, and I need to do something to feel worthy.
Anybody's worthy of dying in battle, but if you manage to save a planet, I'd like to think that puts you in good standards.
I think we need to get this guy a ring of mind shielding. It seems like there's a lot of trauma there to exploit. We are dealing with somebody who really loves to get in our heads and fiddle around and press buttons. So I need you to understand that maybe you need to do something about those feelings of worthlessness, or else you will be exploited, more than likely by our enemies.
Have we had our minds exploited against us? We've just had our brains leaking out or some shit, but we haven't had shit used against us, have we?
Revia, you were forced to kneel.
Yeah, but it wasn't you remember your parents, you out of the house, and it was just
he ripped Leah's memories out of her head.
Yeah, but he got information. It wasn't I'm going to I don't know. I guess the way you said it made it sound like I'm going to use your past trauma against you, as opposed to like I'm going to take this information and do terrible things with that information. Not
I
like
think Foos is projecting.
okay, fine. Jeez, never mind.
No, I'm just.
Shut up. Whatever. No, continue. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine, Foosy. I was just fucking with you.
Where do we go now?
She asked the question. I don't know. But you were talking about something about preventing mindfuckery.
Oh, the question to Euphemy?
When
you were discussing with Revive. This is Dane Bramish.
She was asking Revive. What was she asking? Just like, should we give him the ring?
Yeah, should we get him a ring of mind shielding? Because it seems like there's a lot there that could be preyed upon. I mean, not even just by Dracoff. I mean, it seems we have a lot of psionic enemies lately, so.
If you have a spare one, sure.
Do we have a spare one?
I don't think we do, which is part of the reason why I was like, I don't know where you're going. But by all means, carry on.
I don't think you do.
No, we don't.
Oh no!
No.
Is Sir Scythian's still here?
Did you say Certithian?
I don't know.
Certithian is certainly still here.
Yeah, Scythian. I don't suppose you have anything that could help him protect his mind from psionics.
No, I don't think you understand how many magic shops I raided in the last 5 hours.
Oh.
Anything that is publicly available and not in a private.
Did you just like poke his head in and be like, "You got any magic rings? Right, fuck it, I'm out."
Y'all got magic rings? Fuck you.
My family has some ties to the magic item market, so I'm aware of, or probably more aware than most of those supply chains. But I don't have anything more than I've provided, unfortunately, on such short notice.
Do you have any defenses? I mean, I probably should have asked you first.
Are you talking to me?
No, to Qwynn.
Okay. Let me see. What does he have? Anything against psionics? I don't think so.
Faith is your shield.
Oh, yes, it is.
I just forgot. The voice in my head had to remind me.
The voice in my 3-hour-old head. Yes.
All right, then. Yeah, we'll go with
Energy
Energy's response here. Faith is my shield. Faith is what protects me.
So, where does your faith go? If you don't mind my asking.
Where does my faith go?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's a really confusing question, Maya. What does that mean?
A deity, a concept, so like.
Oh, there you go.
The question would be, who are you faithful to, or what are you faithful to?
Like, where does your faith go? Like, okay,
yeah, that was a really weird way of asking that.
Don't you criticize me, moves?
Get out here pointing fingers. Got points in the back of you, girl.
You stop criticizing me.
Okay.
I apologize. Tonight we're very PvP centric.
Okay. All right. So at her question, he goes, "My faith goes to the Great Mother, she who led my people to the hill and saved us from death."
The Great Mother?
The Great Mother, yes.
Is this familiar in any sense to her, Mr. DM man? Like, from home, perhaps?
Roll a religion check.
What if we
What's your roll of 20 here?
what if we roll, something she's good at and then pretend that it was her?
Let's go.
Yep, there we go. Strong ass 10.
Strong 10. Strong 10.
Yeah. That's half a 20,
It is.
Yeah, that's Give me 1 second. Let me just double check. Because again, this is a relatively fresh character to everybody, and I just want to make sure we're on the same page.
Do you need me to send you something right now?
Yeah, if you don't mind. I don't remember where this one.
Here's the explanation.
Oh yeah, no way. Yep. You have no idea. It is not from your home. Or
okay.
this one.
Because they said he was from another world, and then that he worshipped a great mother, and so she's just like, you know,
Is there another person from my land? That'd be nice.
I'm sorry, on the great mother.
Yes, many have not felt her grace, her light, her strengths.
Did he just breathe hard while saying that?
Yes. He's very enthusiastic about this character.
Looking at him a little like, oh, he's intense.
Yeah, he's very fervent about his faith, yes.
Can you tell me a little about the Great Mother?
Yes. She has watched my people since the stars began. Yeah, he's really like creepy about this shit. Yeah, so he's gonna get on this whole thing about he's like telling you the mythology right now about how it all started with the stars and she looked down upon them and she was the one that guided his cousins forward and then they guided his people and yeah, he just goes crazy about this.
Sorry, you said a lot there. What is she a goddess of exactly? Nature. In all of its facets? Or?
So yeah, here's where you sort of realize that he doesn't really know much about it.
What?
So he doesn't really know much about the goddess itself.
Oh,
but he knows what she represents.
What does she represent?
Nature.
Just
nature.
Let's go back away like. Well, tell the Great Mother. Thank you. Yes. All right. Through the Sports Revive, we got some crazy motherfuckers in this group. I don't. Hear all of that. He doesn't even know what really she's about. Just that was. Ooh, okay.
Through the spores, you hear. I'm not sure why you keep poking around at answers that don't really forward anything. Look, I appreciate your inquisitiveness and trying to, I guess, figure out what he's about, but I'm not sure it really matters right now. Let him be creepy. Our other, somehow, the one who gets along the most with the most people that we encounter has not only dabbled in defiling magic, but seems to be hanging out with blood magic users, and I think just subscribed to it too. So,
you sound so resigned right now.
I am. I understand the situation we're in. I'm not sure you do yet. Just let it happen. We'll deal with it as we deal with it.
Must be nice.
By all means, keep stressing yourself out. We have a lot to handle in the next few hours, days.
Don't revive. I will keep stressing myself. Do what I want. Storms off, but she's like smiling.
She just like kind of rolls her eyes, but she's not like mad. She's just like, oh, there we go. All right. Yeah.
It's like she's obviously fake upset. It's not.
Like if there was a time where Euphemi like looked back at her during that whole conversation, like Revia's body language was very much like, are you still talking to him right now? Like you're still going. And then at the end, that's when she was just like, all right, well, you're done? Good. Let's go. We got more shit to do.
You know, just steps over to this to D'Artagnan. It's just like, yeah. Do you have any more of that jam?
Of course. What kind do you want?
Oh, surprise me.
Um,
Except for red ones. I'm not really feeling anything red right now, so maybe keep out the strawberries, the cherries, or anything like. It looks too much like
I think this question and this request is best directed at the kitchen.
You're absolutely right. I was just
They've got
being near people who would probably get me more than anyone else in this room.
absolutely. And as you can imagine, we typically don't allow food and drink in this particular area.
I don't know what happened to the fun in you.
No running in the halls.
One of your members just ran to join a blood cult, so my humor is a little low right now.
He
ran, not walked, ran.
Yeah,
I can't stress that. Like, as fast as his giant legs could take him is where he went.
See, I wish I could say it was the first time he did something like that, but that's kind of his thing.
I'm sure he would have teleported if it wasn't for the wards.
You are correct. He absolutely would have.
Yes, I'm preparing contingencies mentally right now, and you are welcome to our jam stores and our lovely selections of breads and fruits and juices anytime you like. Just understand I don't have them on my person right now, and it's kind of a low priority.
Yeah, no, I get it. It's just, well, sadly, I guess we know where some of those celebration scrolls will be going. So that's lovely. She's gonna just kind of sit down and meditate and see if there's any spells she can swap around.
Okay.
Well, everybody's just reading books or being weird.
After that, you see D'Artagnan go over to Qwynn. Do you require anything for the journey? Sustenance? Like packs? Oh, I think Tithian is going to get another pack for you. But outside of, environmental things, was there anything that you would need?
Okay, Kit does not know that.
Okay, so basically, any kind of resources you would need for a trip. Are you good? That's essentially what he's asking you.
Okay.
You do know he's a wizard, and there's been mention of scrolls, so he does have access to magic, things of that nature. But if there's anything that off the top of your head that you think would be helpful, is essentially what D'Artagnan's asking you.
I believe I'm ready to go, sir.
Excellent. Quiet and prepared. Some of you could learn from him.
Revive stares at you, Femi.
How dare.
Should that change, please do not hesitate. I need to...
On the line every day. Just disrespect every time.
He's just... Yeah, I need to make some preparations. And he turns to Revaya. You might need to make some mental ones yourself.
Mental preparations?
Yes.
Such as?
Having to deal with your friend.
She thinks it's Zolan.
Is he your only friend?
She kind of hesitates. You mean Rolim?
Yes.
Having to deal with him deciding to learn something else that's not good for him, probably.
The consequences of him learning.
Right. Yeah, that's a for later situation.
compartmentalizing.
I have
I see.
also understood that at this point I have little to no sway in what he's going to do or say or test. So if at the moment it is at least pointing at our enemies, then I'm willing to deal with it. But if there is a moment it's not, then it will be handled.
Yep. Sure. Okay. I'm going to be in my study if you guys need me. Good luck with all of this. And he kind of gets up to leave you guys to your preparations.
She nods back when he says, "You too."
But yeah, Aloysius also kind of takes his leave using his exit as his own as well, and wishes you guys luck. And again, if you need anything, let him know. Which leaves you with Scribbler and Tithian.
Squibbles!
Whose Scribbler is still working on some potions, kind of shaking his head at the whole time, like, no. But is mixing potions. Did anybody in this particular room want to do anything before we move on?
I'm just swapping spells.
Yeah.
Euphemius meditating?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or slipping into it. Did you need anything from her before she does so?
No, he's just like staring at you as you do that.
All right, that's great. She's just meditating, and like the new masked man is just like.
I think at some point she's going to kind of open her eyes, look up, and then quietly get up and leave the room.
Oh, he's fitting in perfectly.
Oh my god, that's amazing! Oh,
That's great.
You know, you can feel people watching you after
Yep.
20
Yep.
years. Somebody's. All right, I'm out.
I always feel like
That's
kid
exactly
is
right.
watching me.
It's like she doesn't bother to address it. She's just like, all right, I'm gonna take my leave. I need to not be here right now. Oh my god, that was hilarious.
All right. Rolim,
Rolim.
you are walking through a spiraling tunnel lit by a deep red glow. And as you walk through each kind of section of this structure that is spiraling, you see elements of its past frozen in time. You see what it is now, the kind of overgrown, somewhat dilapidated, but still kind of strong structure. And as you go past the next one, you see a foreign people kind of mulling about. It look like maybe goblins of some kind, like a feral tribe of some being that you've never seen really before, but they're kind of gathered around worshiping something very primitive. It goes back even further as you continue to walk down this hallway. Another scene of what looks like a cataclysm of some kind. The volcanoes in the back are erupting. There are people frozen in fear. They are running. They are screaming. There's confusion. The next one comes. It is a dynasty. People dressed like Koya and Kia and warriors who are decked out in full kind of armor made out of bone and wood and stone. Weapons of obsidian are kind of shown. They look glorious. They look triumphant. They are frozen in what looks like their height. You go on to the next one, and it is just kind of darkness. What looks like black smoke kind of frozen in frame. And as you go here, you feel Koya's hand on your shoulder. It is here where we start, where it all began. And he kind of puts his hands open and opens that particular realm as he walks through the smoke. No other words.
Rolim's going to kind of pause before it, take a deep breath, and he's basically trying to steal his mind. which he's had to he's obviously had to deal with heavy decisions in the past, but he's doing his best to kind of not fully numb his mind, but put the morals and the any reason that he wouldn't want to do. He's trying to put it on a shelf that maybe he can access later. He's a little concerned as he's putting it on said shelf, but he's he's gonna just say a little prayer, kind of almost to himself, really. Just don't let me lose the way. Then he's gonna step through.
All right. You step through the smoke, and it's a good 10 steps before you could see anything other than smoke. But it clears into this stone room with what looks like a sacrificial altar kind of at the center. And around the altar is a moat of blood, which is running clockwise around it. The first step, student, is to learn the basics. Those of us who have the will can read what is in the blood, pull information out of our foes and allies alike. I will show you. And he kind of steps back and waves his hands and kind of almost wax on, wax off motions 3 or 4 times, and then kind of brings it up as you watch the blood come from that moat and float in front of him. And with his hands just kind of gently fans it out, almost using the viscosity of the blood to spread into a kind of film. And you see an image of a sword that you've seen before. Or maybe you haven't. Roll me a history check.
Right fucking row.
His reaction was beautiful. I was having a similar reaction, but seeing his reaction was oh. You said history?
Yep.
Is it the Doom of Bastica?
Revi's gonna have to stab a bitch.
Oh, that was almost a death 20.
Hold on,
it's a dirty 20.
Right. Awesome.
It's a filthy 20.
It looks
it's a bloody 20.
It looks very, very similar to the Doom of Mastika as you see it kind of. Now that it's in frame, he actually spins it in a 3D space, so you watch it just rotate in front of him. The Doom has another name which you have yet to earn. But our greatest triumph and simultaneously our downfall. This weapon personifies the danger that lies within. Hubris, arrogance, will bring death and destruction to all you know and love. This kind of magic requires a temperance. And he waves it away. Feel it as you felt it before. Bend it to your will. But do not let such acts fuel your ego. Show me what you can do.
He's gonna kind of pause there for a second. And he's still thinking in his mind, he is trying to tread very carefully, and he is on high guard. He just expects a wisdom save to come out of from behind him, and be "Aha, I got you!" Hopefully, and the hopefully part is really what's sticking with him. He's God, I hope I can. Oh God, all right. And he'll kind of relax just a little bit and try to show him what he got.
All right. This is give me your casting. Give me D20 plus your casting modifier. Now, since you are dueling, you can choose whether you're going to use your charisma or int for this. It's up to you.
He's gonna stick with charisma. I think
Okay.
because for him, he doesn't want to know more than he needs to. He more wants to kind of
Feel it rather than
convince it
understand it.
to yeah. He's
I get
afraid
you.
of understanding it.
Yep. Get that. I totally get that. Roll me, yep, D20 plus your charisma modifier.
That's a
Okay.
strong 13. Oh.
You try to mimic his movements and pull up the blood. And you get it. It's not as clean as how he did it. It's a little shaky. You're missing some drops. You are able to kind of spread it out into a film. And again, it's a little sloppy compared to your master, but you are able to manipulate it. The DC was low because this is a level 1 spell that you are attempting to understand. Relax. You must exert yourself over this. You have the control. You just need some more confidence. But it is a line you walk. Rolim, what is your deepest fear?
In the history of my campaign, I've never asked someone this. I'm just going to put that on the table real quick. All right, I'm out. I'm good.
Yeah, I know I'm with Foos, man. You're freaking me out.
Oh shit, this is great. I fucking love this. Is he asking or are you asking Rolim? Are you asking the player? Who's asking?
Right.
Who needs to know?
Who needs to know, motherfucker? So basically what this spell is doing is you are revealing your fear to yourself.
Okay.
For Koya, it was the doom. For you, it is.
His fear is having, I don't know how to phrase it right, but like having the call to make the make or break moment and not either making the right choice or fucking up the shot and completely whiffing. So his fear is, I guess, performing.
Okay.
He has performance anxiety.
Yeah, so maybe you kind of holding your head, a missive nearby, kind of manifesting in there, representing a decision that didn't go your way. Koya kind of nods. Failure? It's a common one, but a necessary one.
With that, he'll kind of, not my own failure on behalf of others. I failed myself many times. And I always come back.
Understood. Koya kind of puts his hands down on the blood image, kind of falls, and the blood splashes on the ground. And this is gross, but you know how most like blood doesn't very cleanly move off of stone, but you watch as he does kind of shuffle it back into the moat that surrounds the altar. Close your eyes and try that again. Feel it this time. Know what you are trying to do. And ask of the blood, of your own blood, something you want to know.
He's going to take a minute and kind of pause. This is great music, by the way. And he's going to close his eyes and he's going to kind of have a moment of doubt. Like, do I need to like prick my finger or something? Because like, and then he's going to kind of reel himself back. And I guess the question he's going to ask is, does he have the ability to control this?
Give me another charisma roll. This time at advantage.
Oh boy. Please don't double that one me.
That one.
You heard Dubs in the background.
Whew.
You open your eyes to see a vision of you controlling blood magic frozen in time, with what looks like a spear made out of the liquid flying towards an enemy, with your right hand and with your left raising what looks like an ally from being fallen.
He's gonna kind of do like, all right, with the spear, and then seeing like the ally part, he's like, that like his mind locks in on that.
Who is it? Or
Who the just like doing that, like that's
okay, that's the section that you're interested in. Got it. Okay, Rylan, write down for now that you know the blood magic spell, blood reading. It is a level 1 divination. I will give you the rest of the stats after this. But you have conquered the first step of your training.
Oh shit.
You nasty.
Get out of here. You don't know what's going on.
So basically what you can do with this is the blood that you can find blood that has come from a creature that is alive or has been dead for less than an hour. And it needs to have at least an ounce of blood for you to manipulate. But you can learn elements of the creature. So maximum hit points, the direction that it was traveling in or where it was coming from, the identity of any kind of thing that killed it that is bloodborne. So poison, diseases, curses, things like that. You can find out. And if the creature has any special magic. So if it's like a unicorn or if it had like fey blood or something like that. And then the other option would be if it was mixed with like a different creature. So for example, if you could do this on Revaya, you would find that, her blood was mixed with a demon lord. So things of that nature is things that you would be able to find out using the spell. Don't worry about writing the details. I'll give you the full spell, but this is just so you're aware of what your capabilities are. And then if you can choose, I think, what is it? Choose 2 of those options, and if you cast it at a higher level, you can choose more of the options, essentially.
Oh shit.
And with that, he kind of turns to you. That was the first stepping stone. How
That
far?
was great timing.
Yeah. I understand this has dire consequences for you if you fail. Do you wish to go further?
Let's do it.
Excellent. And you watch as he kind of spins his hands around and then, like with his emotion, pushes the altar down, and you watch as it begins to kind of twist, and the top locks, and another layer of it slides out from underneath it, and that locks, and it becomes kind of the spiral, and then he pushes it down again, and that spiral becomes a staircase that you are now walking down as you descend into another layer of darkness, and you hear what sounds like rushing water, but you know it's not as you continue into the depths of darkness. I'll leave you here. We'll do another trial for you when we come back, but did you guys want to do anything else?
I'm just marveling in the sandy blood dude. You want to? How many more forbidden magics would you like to dabble in?
He's never dabbled in defiler magic. Thank you.
Oh no! Oh, he didn't.
Not himself. Not himself.
Not by himself. Oh, okay.
Not
so you
himself.
have caveats now?
He's never used it.
What happened at that base tower, Flynn?
You don't have to use it for you to be the cause of people dying from it.
Yeah.
Correct.
It has
Correct.
nothing to do with you using it. It is have you used something bad and had bad outcome? That's what the
Yeah,
problem
but you
is.
can't say it's dabbling in it if you don't know that that's going to happen.
You instigated the whole thing. And your way of doing it was you literally being like, well, what can you do with this magic?
No, it was show me what you got. There was no magic. He didn't know he
It
was
was literally that, though. You were
Get
like,
the fuck
show
outta
me
here.
what that can be done with this thing you are offering me, because I am curious.
He didn't know.
Doesn't matter. You're still down. Anyway, carry on.
Should we start placing bets on what kind of
Coming at you with
fucked up forbidden magic he unearths next?
the next one that comes across his lap. And then there's what else you got rattling up.
Oh, y'all are so rude.
I love this. I love it.
I feel like necromancy's too easy for him because, like, you know,
Yeah, no, definitely not. Then it's going to be like, I found a way to cast spells with just the bones of bodies. So if you could just find bones,
Oh,
not necrotic, it's just
you
bones.
guys don't might be using bone magic, do you?
Yeah, you need some bone stuff, and then it's gonna escalate to, like, I don't know, trauma. So,
I don't know. Trauma.
how many horrors have you had in your life?
Kinda pull from the psyche of his victims.
Real upset.
so you already have the trauma and the horror domain under control.
Apparently not. I don't know how this is not like an argument anymore. But anyway.
Hemomancy. Damn it. Gross.
Oh, God.
Yeah, pretty much. Was there anything that you guys want to do back at home base?
Other than bash on Flandy.
Other than hate on Flandy. I love that part.
Let's
That's
roll it.
pretty fun, though. I mean, you can't take that from the sentence.
No. She's like genuinely just like reading up and attuning and is otherwise just focusing.
Yeah, she's just legit, like, swapping out all the spells. Got one that I think Foos would appreciate a whole lot. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Can I share this bad boy?
Oh, I want to see it in action. Do not. I love.
Okay, fine. Fine. I'll keep my secret.
I love surprises. Hit me with that surprise, girl.
I fine.
Oh.
Let me see up a glass of surprise juice.
Why I love you so much.
I love you too, baby.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, no, I think we're all just chilling. We're just attuning and having a good time while he's out doing some creepy shit.
Yeah, I just wanted to give you guys some agency while he was doing that. So
I can't even say you don't know because you totally know.
Yeah.
Actually, what is Qwynn up to since, he personally was
At this
staring?
point, he'd be praying likely.
Oh, okay. You don't sound sure.
I still
Oh,
love
no,
that
he
was just there.
prays multiple times throughout the day, so I'm not sure if he'd be doing it in that moment of the issue I'm having.
Or is he just staring at somebody else?
No, she left already,
Okay.
so
Yeah, okay.
Oh, she was the only one he was
No one else
interested
left to
in.
stare at.
With
Yeah.
other people.
Well, no, he just found it fascinating that she was meditating. So
Please do not explain why. Just let that awkwardness hang in the air.
okay,
Let it unfold naturally.
I love it. I love
Oh,
it. Great.
Beautiful.
oh, Lord.
Yep.
Oh, boy.
Oh,
It's great.
Flandy, I know exactly what he's going to do. He's going to find a way to go out into the far reaches and pull magic from there.
Oh my god.
the far realm, is that what you mean?
Yeah, so I met this actor the other day, and
Guys, we're good. We don't need magic anymore. We got this. Insert dark shit here.
his arms just start tentacle waving.
My DM showed me.
Oh my god.
I'm part of Lithid. Let's go.
Oh my god. I feel like Katasu wouldn't even mean to. You would just get stabbed by a sword. It would just happen. That was given to him by the Yankee Queen.
Yep.
It was just like
Yep.
senses anything. You're just gonna get stabbed.
Galacha would be activated immediately.
Yup.
I don't know what happened. The sword just fell out of my hand. You did. Now.
Ah, shit.
Half a dozen gifts get randomly ported to you.
Yup.
Oh boy.
Yeah, we're chilling. You can go back to Creepy
Okay.
Town if you'd like.
Yeah.
All right.
I should go back to Creepy Town.
Carry on.
All right.
yeah,
I will
I'm not
say,
gonna lie, Nanners. You know, when they You guys kept talking about who had a darkest campaign. I did not think you had it until the bloodshed.
Kit, why you betrayed me?
Nah, man.
You're freaking me the fuck out, man. I'm
You're only
sorry.
saying that because you haven't been on the receiving end of Fooz's torments yet.
That's also true.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
She hasn't personally given you attention and favor.
She hasn't personally given you a
She kidnapped our owlbear
Yup.
and almost forced him into fighting slavery.
Yup. Also killed an owlbear baby right in front of her eyes.
Yep, stomped him out. Fucking like
How
a
many
flame.
babies been into that orphanage?
Stomped him
Okay.
out like a fire. It's horrible.
She stopped about like fucking Eddie Murphy's couch. It was terrible.
Horrible.
because he can get another couch.
Yep.
Oh, my God.
Anywho, our own proclivities.
Anyway,
for
props on the
darkness
bloodshed.
aside.
That was awesome. But goddamn, what the fuck?
That's where we're going. I will say one thing. Scribbler at this point is done with his brewing, and is handing Revia 5. What's it called? Extended polymorph potions.
Okay.
And 2 super Scribbler potions.
Thank you. Extended poly potion and 2 soups. Okay.
Yep. And he looks over to see Qwynn, who looks like he has a bow, and he'll pull out one of his own arrows, and you could see that it has like a.
Yeah.
It obviously has like a tip, but right behind the tip is a almost like a syringe-like glass vial attached to it until it goes in the rest of the shaft. He like hands it to you.
You start looking it over. Like, what does it do exactly?
He takes out a scroll, begins to write, and acid.
Ooh.
Have others. And he pulls out another one, like he's like pulling out like different types, and is basically asking if you want one. Essentially.
These might prove useful. Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna get you some of his special arrow rounds.
That's fucking awesome, man. Acid arrows? I didn't know that was a thing.
The best is it's not just an acid arrow. It's like an acid needle, man. And inject acid directly into the blood. Like it's not.
We keep going back to the blood in this episode.
Acid on. Apply directly to the forehead.
Exactly. I've never applied acid into the veins of anybody. So let's get
Terrible, yo.
our team.
You get a crit with that kind of acid arrow and it gets them right in the dome.
Get him in the neck, man. That just
You got to
blows-
think about all that going in your brain.
Yup.
Yep. Yep.
I can't
Oh,
think
boy.
straight no more.
Do you want a psychological disorder? Because that's how you get psychological disorders.
You get everything disorders.
Correct.
Okay. Let me.
I feel like the person hit with that just starts hearing House of Pain in their head.
Yep.
It's pain in the membrane. It's pain in the membrane.
Oh my God.
Oh, I know the acapella version of that song.
I wanna be my.
I know the acapella version of that song. How much is he carrying on him? All right. Okay, Kit. So I'm gonna give you some arrows in a second. Because I honestly totally forgot that you were Archer Boy, and I would have provided these.
How could you forget he was Archer Boy?
So you're getting 3 acid arrows, 4 cryo arrows,
Nice.
and 3 explosive arrows.
I'm getting so many toys right now. Okay.
And
All right,
when
what
he
you gotta do is you gotta play Mass Effect a little bit. Roll what was it called, Engineer, and you can see how you can apply those real good.
Yep. When he hands you the explosive, he's like, "Be very careful," you know. And you can tell the it's like a volatile orange liquid that's just kind of bubbling in there, and just kind of very gently hands it off to you.
Does he know it's an explosive?
Yeah, he's like explained it like this is kaboom. Right?
Oh, okay,
Like,
okay.
like, it is.
And he goes,
Yeah.
He's nodding to the guy like, yes, careful. I'll be careful.
Like you could see in the air, like the point can like move back and forth within the joint, and there's a flint on the inside. So like if it moves far enough and fast enough, it's gonna
Ooh.
create the spark, which detonates it. So it's
Careful.
kind of, yeah, exactly.
Okay, don't roll badly on your movement. Okay. So my thought is like, imagine we're walking around and I trip another fucking pebble like I did last time.
Oh my
Like, would that go off?
No. It's very specific. Like it's the
Okay,
way
yeah.
it's in your quiver. Like you would have to have somebody like jam the arrow down in your quiver for it to detonate. It's not.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not delicate, but it's still like, please handle with care.
Yeah.
This side up.
Yes, exactly. Precisely. This side up. Exactly. All right. With those goodies handed off, I gave it to Ravaya because she's the quartermaster. Do you want me to give it to anybody else? Foos, you good with that?
No, I'm good with that. I mean, the arrows go to him, but I get the potions, right?
Correct. You get the potions.
Yeah.
2 Super Scribbler and 5 extended polymorphies. Okay.
Got it.
All right. Let's see if we can kill Rolim. All right. So we are.
Let's go. Like I said, imagine if he leaves right before we're about to go and then just dies. We're like, we don't know where he went. He didn't come back. We gotta go.
Oh my god, that's so sad. The hell was I saying? You are going into the second layer, which means a new test. So you are being guided into what now seems to be like. Do you ever see those kind of weird faucets that are like the waterfall faucets?
Yeah.
Where it's just like flat and the water just comes straight out. Picture like 6 of those, kind of in like a semicircle.
I don't want to picture the rest of it. That's fine. We can stop there. Yep.
With
semicircle faucets that are totally pouring water.
Definitely not. Yeah, very red, somewhat thick water coming down. This is a sacred place where the first hemomancers gathered and plied their craft. It's before my time, but I learned from some of their masters. And in that tradition, you shall learn from me. And you watch as he kind of pulls his hand and a corpse comes up from the blood pool pit that they're all emptying into. As the blood kind of washes off, you see a laceration on each side of its neck, likely where it was exsanguinated from. Part of our skill, and still part of the basics, is the ability to control this. And he's using, as far as you can tell, the blood to hold this creature up. And you watch as he begins to kind of like turn his hand into a fist and pull it back. And you watch as like blood starts to come out of those wounds up into kind of a ball in front of him. Exsanguination is a skill hunters have. To be one of the hemomancers, you must be a hunter. He pushes it back into the corpse and guides it back into the pool. Use the blood to feel it and see if you can pull from it.
He's gonna think about all the times that he's communicated with Oberon. Oberon was like, not Titania, not Titania, not Titania. Oberon, and he's gonna kind of channel the feelings every time that he's been talking to him while he was doing a hunt in the background or killing shit and whatnot. And he's gonna try his best to channel that feeling, and close his eyes and try and feel the blood, I guess. Yep. Did in the other room and go for it.
You know what you got to give me, man? Give me a charisma roll or a D20 plus your charisma modifier.
That whispered for some reason. That wasn't very good.
Should we invest in some ceremonial daggers for Landy for his next birthday?
You feel for the blood there. You can, it's there, but you got pull your hand against it to grasp it, to pull like he did, and it's just slipping from your hands like water through a sieve, and it's just you're trying, and it's just leaking, and the body gets about 45 degrees and then falls back into the pool. Disappointing.
Uh-oh.
He's gonna kind of cut him a look real quick, and he's gonna kind of put his hand up. Let me try once more. And this time, instead of relying on past memories, he's gonna rude Foos. He's rude. He's gonna kind of like with a little bit more body gestures, and this time kind of put his hands in a fist and somewhat mirror what Tupac was doing, and pull it up. This time he's kind of being more demanding in his demeanor, like he's trying to command the blood to do this.
Okay, excellent. Give me that roll, man. Let's see where you go.
I don't want to.
And you.
Okay, we're getting a little better.
You are gripping it. Maybe it's just the firm grip that you have with both hands, and that's maybe helping it. There is some still leaking out, but you are able to bring the body up out of the source. And should you will it, you can begin to try to feel the blood in its body and pull it out.
He's going to kind of pause for a second there. Kind of focus on what's working and what's not, seeing if he can't fine-tune what he's doing. Like, you know, maybe one of those like you're gripping too hard, so you're feeling all the vibrations when you're stabbing shit, like, you know, that kind of mentality. He's trying to apply that to this.
Okay.
And after a couple seconds, he's gonna try a little bit further, hopefully with more finesse.
All right. Give me another roll.
Oh boy.
You're on our way up, Landy. It's all right. Don't worry. You got it. You're climbing your way up. You're crawling out. It's okay. Don't be nervous.
Okay. It could be a 1 at any time.
You're good.
Yeah. It's 5% chance, Fuse. That's real high.
Yeah.
I could come back dead.
Maybe it's your
at
mental
that point, you're not coming back anyway.
Perhaps it's your mental state. Maybe it's your ability to control it. Or maybe it's Maybelline. But you are able to exsanguinate the blood from this corpse as it begins to pull out. And it's almost like squeezing something out of like a casing, almost like a peanut, you know, when you can squeeze it out of the papery casing and like feel that transfer. But that is what essentially you're feeling from the body as you pull it out, and you now have that blood sphere. Qwynn just kind of looks at you. Put it back. Show me your level of control. And you can still use that roll because that was for both things. But with your control, if you'd like, you can push it back into the body or maintain having that sphere of blood.
God damn it.
Or you can use what you've already learned. Choice is yours.
He's gonna see if he can't this is dangerous. He does not skip ahead, but he wants to see if he can't try and be more pleasant with it, I guess.
Yeah, don't skip your blood lessons.
Skip straight to the healing. Everything's gonna be fine. And he'll try and to put it back in, and almost as if it was going in, because he said there was like a puncture wound almost where it came out.
It was 2 slashes across the man's neck.
He'll try and put it back as if undoing the damage that was done.
Okay.
Maybe not actually doing it, but he's trying to at least funnel it into there.
To not create more damage, maybe?
Correct.
Okay. All right. The DC will be a little bit higher, but roll me another
God damn it.
You did have a strong roll to begin with, so I'll give you an advantage on doing it since you're in a good position, essentially.
Okay. All right.
Well done. You are able to kind of almost perfectly thread the needle, if you will, with all those pints of blood on either side. And it's a little tough because it requires, concentration on both things at once. But you were able to place the blood back into the body. Good. You do learn quickly and rebound from your failures. That is good. That is all very good. You have the ability to cast Blood Extraction.
That sounds so gross.
You conjure a pulsing orb of red floating energy. It gives off a dim light for 20 feet. At the end of each of your turns, each creature other than you within that 20 feet has to make a con saving throw. And if they fail, they take 3d6 necro and 3d12, or 3d12 necro if their hit points are less than half their maximum hit points. If they die to that spell, the blood basically strengthens you, and it grants you 1d6 hit points for every creature that died to the orb. And if you want to cast it at a higher level, the base damage goes up by 1d6 or 1d12 per every slot above third.
You're rude.
Don't read. Be in your seat, all right? For a moment, you continue.
We support you.
It's the only one who supports you.
Oh boy.
Oh god.
You learn well. Are you ready for the next step?
I have to be.
That doesn't mean that you are.
Also valid. Let's keep going.
As you say. I don't know if you're still maintaining that body in your, upright, but if you are, he'll just kind of gently, help you push it back down.
He'll, I feel like he would have held it long enough to where he was good, and then he would have tried to gently put it back to rest, and almost as a respectable way as you can.
Okay. That's awesome.
Almost ritualistically,
You put it back down, and you watch as he brings up another body. This one alive, based on its struggling. It seems to be writhing against the magic that tethers it. And you're not quite sure how it could be alive, since it was submerged for at least a few minutes by the time you got in here. Don't worry about him. He's a miserable criminal. His life was already forfeit at this time.
Insight check.
Roll an insight check.
Oh no, that's a flat roll. Fuck. All right.
He looks like he's telling the truth, as far as you can tell through that crazy mask and those lovely teeth. But he turns towards you and kind of catching the insight. You now have the means to tell if I'm lying. Please, go ahead. Read his blood. See the man he was.
Oof. Oh boy. Oh boy. He's going to kind of pause for a second. Does it hurt?
It depends on where you drained from. The initial incision is always unpleasant, but the first few pints kind of numbing. The next 3 or 4 is cold. The next 2 or 3 are fatal.
And I need only 1 for this, right?
1 ounce.
He's going to look over the body. Are there any active cuts, I guess?
Give me a perception check at disadvantage, only because he just came out of a pool of blood. So you're like, I don't know where the fuck this is coming from. Okay. You're looking, and it's hard to tell, but there is a slight incision on his left rib, or by his left side of his ribs.
Clocking that, he's going to try his best to be careful with it. But he's going to try and not inflict pain if he can, and pull out only what he needs to potentially cast the spell.
Okay. You know what to give me.
Oh, shit.
Very nice. You are able to pull out 1 ounce of blood from this man cleanly, and you now have it floating in front of you in its spherical, oscillating shape.
He will try and cast blood reading and figure out if he's telling the truth.
Give me another charisma roll at advantage.
Oh boy. All right.
You are able to take the blood and fan it out, and you see still images of him stealing from those less capable as him, the infirm, the weak, the small. A retreat from what looks like guards. A murder of what looks like a woman impaled by a sword. You know that sword. Another kill. Dead guards. 2, 3, 4, 5, dozens in the next frame. He's standing on a hill with the blood of that blade dripping down his arm. The village that he came from, slain to a man. People in the distance. Casters that look like Koya. Outfits somewhat different, colors changed, masks arranged differently. Use the blood that he is coated in to freeze him. They are able to paralyze this man and take the doom from his hands. His punishment to train future generations.
Can he glean how he was feeling while he was committing said murders? Like, did it feel like it was forced? Did it feel like he was enjoying it? Like, and with what he knows about the Doom of Mastika, does it feel like he maybe got a hold of it and then that took over? Or can he even figure that out from this?
I would say give me an in check for the last question you gave me, and that will inform kind of your presence going forward.
Okay.
All right. So you know the Doom had a sentience of its own, a will that had to be executed. When grabbing that sword, his free will was likely subjugated, especially to that degree. That being said, he was kind of an asshole before this all happened.
I was going to say, he'll kind of see if he can't rewind to before he got the sword and maybe glean his motives for grabbing it, if able.
Roll me a give me another charisma roll. You try to rewind, but it's tough. You do see what looks like a priest, cleric of some kind, like with a jaguar helm. The pelt of it hanging off of his shoulders like a cape, but with the paws kind of draped over his chest. He has the sword, but he's running. It looks like there's a mob behind him. It's hard to make faces in the blood film that you have in front of you, but that's all you can glean from it.
All right. I'll kind of give a nod to Qwynn, like, if you deem it so.
I have no reason to lie to you. I want you to succeed. I want you to know the stakes. I understand your moral boundaries are somewhat higher than mine. I've done my best to not offend your delicate tastes. So,
I'll just kind of give a nod.
see if you can mend his wounds. Manipulate that cut on his rib cage. Blood is power, but blood has healing abilities.
I don't think he's ever cast a healing spell. Okay. With lack of guidance, I guess he'll try and pull the blood there and kind of channel the feeling of the hugs that he's gotten growing up.
That's adorable. Yep. Give me your roll, sir. That's amazing.
It's the power of love.
Yep.
Oh, please don't be in that one. All right. It's an 11.
The hug, the power of maybe squeezing too hard, but to your horror, the wound opens another half-inch on either side. And the man winces like as he's just being torn open to a little bit, struggling a little more fiercely against the liquid that holds him in place.
He's gonna kind of like wince at that and like mutter under his breath, "Sorry," and he's gonna quickly try and shelve that struggle, I guess.
Okay.
And he's gonna try one more time, and it worked for him the first time, I guess. So he's gonna try and he's gonna focus more on the blood that he's trying to control, and he's gonna kind of in his mind, like, I said, heal, fix it, and I don't know how he would try it, but he's gonna try and do it better by yelling at the blood, be like, "You bitch, you heal that wound." Maya's gonna stab me if I don't do this. She's probably gonna stab me anyways. I need to be able to fix it.
Yep.
The
100%.
dog.
Actually, no, okay, yeah, we're good. We're good.
You good?
Yeah.
All right.
You need another roll? What do you need?
Oh, did you roll 11? Was that?
No, that's
Yeah, you need another roll. You're
Okay.
trying to do it again. Yep.
Oh,
Well done. Whether it's the fear of Revia stabbing you, maybe it's you actually beginning to learn. But you focus and you bring the wound together, the blood kind of rushing around it. maybe it's the flow that's the key. But you watch as it goes from a gash to a line. And after a moment, that line gets smaller and smaller to the point where you can't see it anymore. And the man stops thrashing as much. Seems to almost calm down in your presence.
Great music change.
Yeah. Not intentional.
He'll kind of relax a little bit, and he's not sure if it was his motions that kind of ran through it, or if it was maybe he has to command the blood a little better. He's not quite sure how it's working, but he's glad that it did, and he's gonna try his damnedest to hold on to whatever it was that he was feeling and doing, so he could better do it in the future.
Excellent. You're getting the concept down. Well done. Let's try one more. Not quite there yet. And you watch as he just kind of brutally shoves that man into the pool, where he does not come back up for air or anything like that. He's just submerged. But he comes up and pulls another. This time a woman, her hair kind of cut short, stoic, not struggling, but her eyes are fixated on you. She has several cuts on her arms and her body. One is simple. Can you do more?
He's gonna kind of lock eyes with her and, like, I don't know, try and give like the hopeful look, like, I got this. I shall heal you.
She's unworthy of your mercy.
He's gonna kind of brush that off. And this time he's going to attempt to extract a little bit of his blood.
Okay.
And use that to help with the healing if he can. It's like he's no.
So, a couple things. How are you going to extract it?
Are we blood compatible? Can you figure that part out with it? Or do we have blood types in D&D?
Blood transfusions. You can tell this lady is a half elf, so they've got Fae, you've got Fae, who knows? The extraction, however, you have not quite learned to rip it out of somebody's like body yet without like an incision.
Yeah, so he'll not obviously he doesn't know how to do that with his own self. So he'll probably, I'm sure he has like something sharp on him somewhere, like a small knife or something. But he'll kind of, not breaking his eye contact, he'll grab the knife and
careful. Self casting requires there's more risk. Let's just put it that way. So
we'll kind of look to him and more risk, yes, but does it help more?
It does. It gives you more control, but the extraction is the tricky part.
Before he even finishes, he'll kind of, he's looking over his body, and he's trying to pick some place that'll be like mindful and, you know, a place to be able to wear his scars, if you will.
Okay.
And as a kind of a memory as well, but he'll kind of give himself like a little nick on his arm, no longer than an inch if possible, and try and pull out a little bit to help.
Okay. Since you haven't gotten to the stage yet,
oh boy,
it is going to be at disadvantage, so you know. But give me a charisma save or the charisma roll.
Can it be flat? Because he's trying. He means well.
He does mean well, but you are jumping ahead.
Oh, all right.
Well done. You are able to kind of skillfully extract your own blood and add it to this particular spell. You do get advantage and a bonus to your attempt to heal her wounds.
I hate and love this at the same time. This is. Oh boy! All right. What am I doing, Charisma? Advantage. All right.
Yep.
I look forward to him telling us that he got into a finger painting incident.
With your blood mixed in,
Yes.
possibly her own, you are able to kind of patch over it, beginning to close it again, sealing them. But it's not from within. It's actually external as your blood kind of creeps up her arm and begins to kind of seal the small wounds as it continues to crawl up her body. And through your concentration and guidance, you're able to kind of pull it around and continue to kind of seal her own wounds as she kind of stands there somewhat surprised at what's happening. Good. Very, very good. I'm very impressed. Maybe you are ready for the next level.
Oh my god, you guys are brutal.
All right. Enough with her. And he kind of shoves her back into the water. I do appreciate your...
Is his blood used up when it does that? Like,
Yes, you lost that amount of blood.
okay. Just curious.
Yep, there is a finite amount, unfortunately, for you when you pull it from yourself. Unless you have some way of creating more. Right.
It's in my bones. Takes time.
It's in my bones, all them red blood.
I need to go to a high altitude chamber so I can up my red blood count.
Jesus Christ. Go to Denver and just run for a bit.
There's this man. He keeps standing outside the Red Cross. We don't know what he's up to.
Oh boy.
He's breathing really hard to windows. It's weird.
Koya walks towards the blood pool and begins to part the blood to the sides, revealing another staircase that goes down as you walk through. He's holding the blood aside, not different from how Moses parted the Red Sea. This is a Red Sea of its own, but it's at least 3 or 4 feet deep that he kind of pushes to the side and reveals that staircase. Again, you hear dripping and flow of that familiar liquid as you descend further down into the depths of this temple. I will leave you there for a bit. I want to check in on the rest of the gang. How you guys doing?
I just imagine Flandy in one of those like seahorse like life preservers in a blood pool. Sipping on a little umbrella tree.
It's not Rolim, it's Flandy. I love that part.
That is the best part. I agree.
Oh boy.
It's 12:37.
You've
People
got a
got
lot to
bedtime?
explain when you come home.
Yeah, this might be a good place to
We good?
pause. Yeah.
All right.
Or come
All right.
back to.
Flandy, we're gonna finish this in a one-on-one later on this week. So,
Okay.
because it's got a lot of depth,
You
and
sure? I kind of want to be here for this.
you could be there for it. We'll work it out. That's no problem. Or
Amazing.
we could record it and then
I
send it
just
to
want to see how foul Flandy is.
you.
See how foul Flandy is.
Let's see how depraved this motherfucker is.
Oh my god.
He is double down, triple down, quadruple down, quintuple down.
Look, Rolim's desperate, all right? He doesn't know better.
Mm-hmm.
He does, but he's turning that off.
Yep.
He's actually, I imagine he's pretty much doing a parallel with the fucking, what's his face? Who do we stop? The Black Staff guy.
Oh my
Holy
God,
shit.
Sahara.
Name's, thank you.
Flandy's gonna come back a whole ass demon and then be like, "What?"
I just can't wait till you come back with the Koya mask and everyone's like, "Wait, what?" The headdress and everything, like he's just ready to party.
Oh boy.
And suddenly Flandy.
Why are you red, Flandy? Why is your whole body red?
Tell me that headdress ain't dope, man. Look at my man right now.
It is.
That's fantastic. There is no
Right?
arguing that.
Like, that dude's the coolest man at the party. Look at him.
But,
The coolest man in the world.
The fucking teeth kill me though.
Yeah.
So good.
and the act of blood down his chest.
Yep.
Yep. I imagine this man is mostly covered in blood.
So, Flandy.
Yeah.
I hear, why don't we go through the desecrations you've performed today?
Flandy hasn't done any of them. He's merely role-playing Rolim.
Sure. What has Rolo's done today? Let's go.
Doing what's necessary, all right?
No, it's necessary. You found that necessary?
He can't swing a sword.
You just force choked some blood out of people. It's real necessary. You know what we need on this trip to Athens?
Blood choke. Oh,
That's going to be great.
That is so good.
You just don't be looking at people listening to their heart rate.
He's going to come back like emo dark mode and be like, we don't need water. I have life source. There's life source plenty on Athens. You need only look in different places.
Oh gosh.
Secrets in their veins.
Lub-dub.
Why do you
And I'll
want
work
a
on it.
stethoscope?
Getting the rest of the blood spells that you're picking up at you too.
Yeah, bro. I don't like how you're coming back with like 14 blood spells. You
don't know.
We're gonna be looking at each other like he was gone for 5 fucking minutes. 5. He's level 9 blood spells now.
But I'm so sad that he wasn't able to port me right then and there.
Yeah.
No way. Yeah.
I know why. It would have been so cool to be like, I'll be back. Pulls the coin to himself and then disappears.
That's the thing. It wouldn't have been like a normal teleportation. It probably would have been like a giant splash of blood or something. Like a whole library soaked in blood.
I think that he just like exploded into blood and died. It was like, that's his, right? He's dead.
Yeah.
Hold on. Oh no. Yeah.
And he's like, I can't heal this.
I genuinely feel like Femi would try though. She'd just be like, it's not working.
I had to heal a puddle.
Have y'all seen Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., right?
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, I think I know exactly what you're saying.
Yeah, the little obelisk when it does
the
its
stone.
weird fucking...
Yep. Yeah. And then goes reforms. Yeah.
I feel like that's what would happen with Roland when he disappeared. It would just be like, psh, and it would have sat there and y'all like, what the fuck? It would have reconstituted. I'm like, I'm back.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah,
But
this is
gross.
great. This is amazingly horrible.
You asked for it, man.
No.
I didn't ask for it. You gave the option, and Roland's gonna fucking pull the string because he needs help.
Yep.
Yep.
Kit,
yeah.
thank you so much for coming on the shortest of notices.
Yeah. Come,
Getting-
and then just hanging out.
Yeah. Immediately interrogated.
Yep.
Hanging with it. I deeply appreciate you. And like I promise next time, actually, next time. You already have your character ready for next time pretty much anyway. But I do hope you enjoy actually having a decent prep time.
You know, I feel like it doesn't matter what campaign Kit joins. Your character will get interrogated. And it will be by a bunch of fucking weirdos. No matter which group you join.
I still appreciated him trying to hand off the frost door. And everyone's just like, no, fuck you. What? I don't want it.
You just wanted it to be saved. Come on, it's adorable.
Yeah.
Then you hold it.
That was so good.
She
Yeah.
had to go stab people.
Look, I need
Go
you to
stab
hold this
people
bomb.
with an
I need to go stab somebody. Wait, what?
Totally normal. All right, hold on. I was looking up some people for us to raid, so give me a second.
Thank you. For
We gonna raid.
Who we gonna raid?
Thank you guys all for being patient too, because of all the shenaniganery in the beginning.
No, it's all
Yeah.
good. It's all good. It's so much.
No, it's great watching Flandy fall.
He's talking about beforehand. Get out of here.
Oh, this is gonna be
Watching as
Yeah.
I
So,
fall.
Out of
Somewhere
curiosity, how
down
many alignment
below.
steps has he lost?
I will say this, Flandy, there's a set number of non-visible failure points. If you get to certain ones, you'll start hitting, but you're rolling really well for the most part. So you're not.
That's about that. I was like,
Yeah.
he rolled 18 times, rolled one natural 20, and the lowest other than that was like a 6.
He's rolling very well. So you haven't seen any of the consequences, but
That's why I'm scared. That's why I'm scared.
Yeah, I just want to reinforce that
I
there
am
are some.
legitimately terrified.
Yeah.
That's so like,
Well, you should be. You're dealing with some dark shit here, man.
yeah.
Correct.
But maybe
Maybe cope and is like, man, I'm scared. I don't
This
know what
is
to
the
do."
risk you're taking, my man.
yeah. But when you first were like saying yeah to it, I was like, okay. I started like writing out, like just figuring out like how I wanted to run the rules for it. And I was like, yeah, man, this might be a little tight, but you're doing well. I think it's funny that like you excel at dark shit. Like from like a storyline standpoint, like you're like, yeah, I got this. Like this ain't shit. I love that. He's a sweet little boy, but he's like, man, I can shake this blood around.
It's like a cutscene. You pan to him, and he's like picking his nose and like knocking shit over in a store or something like that. He's like, "What? Oh, my bad. Sorry."
Yeah.
It's like this guy, really?
This is the one.
Oh,
But I love how
He
it's
was like in Magus' castle, just like, huh? Seems a little dark in here.
he's gonna walk back in the manor. All the candles are gonna go out.
Yeah.
You know what? I'll bite.
Oh.
Let's see where this goes.
Yeah.
I love and hate it. I love and hate it.
Good. That's perfect.
Please don't summon Lavos. I'd be very upset with you.
Yeah, I'd be a bit of a
I'll be
for sure.
very upset if you summon this.
What if he's on our
world-ending
side?
parasite.
What if he's on our side? I don't know what it is. But what if it's on our side? Hey, you mind helping us defeat
I don't think
this Draco Lich real quick?
Oh my God.
Lavos' fucking collateral damages the entire planet.
Hey, if it's on Athos, he doesn't care.
Oh shit! Here we go.
No.
He cares, but he doesn't care.
Ooh.
Oh, Lavos. That was such a cool fight.
That's dark.
Yep.
I'm only channeling what Ned is channeling right now. I'm just channeling the feels he's putting out, the vibes he's putting into the universe. I'm channeling it. All right. Don't blame Eddie. Blame Ninjas. This is his campaign. Next campaign.
We're gonna fucking set
Hey!
at this, and then all of a sudden we're just gonna hear dong.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, Flandy, why are you betraying me, man? Come on.
Why am I betraying you? What? You've literally at even Dubs, I'm sure, had all of us like.
That was made of steel, man. Nothing makes him flinch.
Tell us you weren't weirded out or darkened out by any of this shit tonight.
When the calmest dude in the group is like, a little bit.
That's a big dent. That's a big dent you just made.
Oh god.
Like you're trying to, outdo her.
He is outdoing me. I don't do this nasty shit. He willingly mixed his blood with another person's. Just like both of them aware, by the way.
Brain damage chart.
Some nasty shit. Yeah, that was a bad dude that you guys wound up stabbing to death anyway.
How many friends did you kill, Foos?
I killed 0 friends. Right?
Hey, allegedly, this person was bad too, Foos.
Yeah,
You know
which
what?
you mixed your blood with her.
Yeah, what was that, bro?
Look, he was trying to be helpful.
Sure. Let's
Bro.
anyway.
Look, his logic is if this person has cuts and his like their blood's not going to be enough to fix it. Maybe he needs some healthy blood, and it's not going to hurt them as much to pull their blood out of their body to heal their body.
Oh my
So,
god.
right, after Lavos appears on Athens, he's just like, I was trying to be helpful.
I mean, that's what he thought he was doing at the academy too.
Maya, I did not see the fire. You were putting in this chat. God damn.
Yeah, it was tough. It was tough.
I was trying to stay focused because I knew if I cracked, it
Yep.
would be very hard to come back.
Yep.
But I was like,
That's what part of the hesitation was. It was just like, oh my god, they're rude. All right, he's gonna do this weird shit, but fuck you.
That's why I told him stop reading.
it's a risky bet.
Mine and I are having a good time. It's fine. Anyway,
back at Matsy next.
we're going to raid just because I kind of like the title and they have very few followers, so let's pump those rookie numbers up. I'm just kidding. They're called Die Curious. And I kind of love it. So we're gonna go raid Die Curious, show them a little bit of love. So thank you for being here. For those of you who are here, I'll push it very much.
Psycho.
I gotta hit the start the raid button, and then we go after it gives me a countdown. So
and then it's...
hey Carp, did you arrive just in time for us to raid? All right, we're gonna go raid. Thank you for being here. Here we go, off to the raid.
You missed some dark shit if you weren't here before. Oh, we're gone.